the half-dragon, challenged him to a single combat, and we buffed him as best we could. He took my ring, and he took Drakethorn, the Dragonbane Rapier, and kicked ass.
Dude, no, he really
Even
whooped
with
this
levels
guy.
of exhaustion.
Even with 4 levels of exhaustion, he spanked this guy. This guy couldn't even touch him.
No.
Yeah, with his AC, he didn't get hit once, and he knocked him down after hitting him like 6 different times, the rapier. And he's like, we were fighting till one was down. You're down. Do you yield? And he begrudgingly did, and he held his word. He released the children a little earlier, and then he released the woman he had captive. That was the sister. I can't remember the name offhand.
Yeah.
I think it was Penelope. Well, I got to check, but I think that's what it was.
Right.
Yeah, so it was kind of cool, and they looked like they were headed away from the field at that point, to tend to their leader and everything.
Yeah.
So we were like, whoa, you go, Andol.
And then Agar, being Agar, found out that Katie was now missing. Not just on a quest, but missing. And then he found out about this whole challenge thing, and he's not, so he popped a potion of invisibility and attempted to sneak away and almost
We lose
the guy. Almost really made the other guy mad. He threw a spear at me, which I should have actually grabbed when he threw it at me, but oh well. And then I went on to, I was actually under invisibility. I was just trying to get into some kind of flanking position in case it went bad, or to see if maybe Katie was one of the members that were captive in the group. And along that point, I ended up in a building, and while I was in that building, I happened to spy a certain individual in a purple robe. And when we ended it, I was launching a fireball, but she somehow sensed it and stopped me, and then sent like 3 or 4. It might have even been 5. Like I can't remember what he said, but she sent a couple of her clearly elite guard after me, or towards the building I was in.
Catching spears is for monks.
Right.
So while that was kind of going on, he did tell Rindlethar that he was headed that way. So I would signal everybody else, hey, let's go check on him because I haven't heard from him and I'm worried.
Well, Chris says we might have to retcon, so you guys might be noticing where I am really quick here pretty soon. So.
Yeah. So from when we last left it off, we'll take it from when you're about to cast the fireball. And I believe you said you're centering it on Frulam Mondath.
I mean, if I can, I would like to aim it directly at her head.
Right. So
I want this thing to explode right next to her head.
Oh yeah, and then before we actually get started, you guys can go ahead and roll dice, and if you guys want to use the, I think that we.
Now, did you ever decide if you were going to allow like a stun factor for somebody within the epicenter of my fireballs?
No stun factor.
All right. What are we rolling for?
Well, no. If they roll a 1 on a save, Chris, you can use your DM fiat, and if you so choose, to say they're at least knocked prone or whatever.
Yeah,
right.
We could do something like that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess stun was the wrong word, but yeah, that's what I meant. Was like they were knocked.
Right. But
on a crit, maybe.
Yeah, maybe on a crit.
All those ones don't crit.
They don't.
Right. Yeah.
The saving throw. So.
But yeah, the saving throw. If the saving throw failed.
Right. What's your DC?
My DC?
Yeah, your DC.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! Now you want me to pull up my character? Obviously, I'm all.
What's your charisma?
3.
Okay, it's a base of 8 plus
14.
your bonus plus your ability modifier, or plus your proficiency bonus plus your ability modifier.
14.
So it's 3, 3, and 3.
14.
I believe.
14.
14.
All right. So you're launching this from invisibility, so you have or I'll have disadvantage on my saving throw. Let me just bring up her character sheet. Do I have a character sheet here? Give me the book.
Since Andol did not need my inspiration from last session, do I still have it?
Yeah, I didn't use anyone's inspiration.
Right.
So.
And it resets every session?
No, you have to be granted it.
Okay. But so do I have my inspiration back? Or since I gave it to
if you didn't use it, you still have it.
Yeah, if you didn't use it, you still have it.
Is there any chance I can use my inspiration to get rid of one of my levels of exhaustion?
No.
Nice try, but that's not how it works.
I tried. Okay, it wasn't. I tried.
You said it was a charisma check formula or was?
No,
I
you
think
do
it's a
dex.
dex for.
Yeah, it's dex save.
Fireball. Oh, here I'll cast it. I didn't cast it last time because she stunned me. So,
Inspiration coffee.
oh, man, I really don't want to roll this because first roll of the night, guys. Come on, wish me luck.
You got this.
I
It's
lost
68, right, Steve?
8d6.
Oh, duh, I got it backwards. I'm dyslexic, apparently.
I almost okay. So if I ask this before I roll it, then it's legit and it's not metagaming. But if I'm gonna cast the spell, but can I roll my die by doing the macro instead of the actual spell?
Yeah. I think because we determined that it's better to roll it that way or something.
Sure seems that way.
So I'm gonna cast the spell, but then I'm gonna roll the damage.
There you
I was
go.
about to say you guys just go ahead and roll the way you
Okay,
guys.
you just want spell info.
Yeah, declare it ahead of
off the
time, I
damage.
think.
Click off the damage from the spell.
Oh, yeah, the checkbox.
Oh, okay.
You're right, you can do that.
Okay.
Shit, I should probably open my character sheet, huh?
All right. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna
I'm having a weird night, man.
14 dex save, and then I'm gonna roll for the.
Those nights. All right.
I was casting this at level 3 because okay. I'll take it. I will take it.
At least it isn't like a long string of ones and stuff. Like we've seen
Right.
all too many times
Right.
before.
Right. Well, and I was even messing with it on I have a test game thing,
Right.
and I was actually even messing with, and I actually am noticing a difference between the amount of low.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There is a difference.
I've noticed
Yeah.
a difference. I mean, between
I think so too, really. I've been playing on Roll20 for over a year now. I'm in a long-running game where I play a paladin, and I have a lay on hands macro from the sheet that I roll all the time, because there's a swift action you can heal yourself. And at higher levels, like paladins have the mercies in Pathfinder, where you can like cure disease, poison, the whole 9 yards. So I'm constantly hitting myself with it because I'm the only tank in the group. The other guys are all like support characters, wizards, and one's a bard. But long story short, I'm rolling 5d6 and I'm coming up with like a 1, a 2, and a 3 all the frickin' time. It's just like ridiculous. And then I roll it in the chat like Steve just did, and it gets more average numbers. And it's almost across the board. Every now and then it rolls a little better, but it's almost always below average.
Yeah.
I've noticed that rolling it with actually typing it in, it's closer to the true average as far as the median average, because we already discussed the average thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's closer to that actual middle number, and it's not. It just seems like with the other macro, it's always on the low side.
Mm-hmm. We've seen it too in combat a number of times where a bunch of ones come up and you're like, real dice generally never do that. Like, 3 ones in a row. Statistically, It's damn near impossible for that to happen. I mean,
well, really, it is. Yeah.
It's the odds of it are so rare that,
but not very probable.
Yeah, exactly.
People don't understand the distinction.
Steve, that's a perfect way of putting it. It is possible, but not probable. So.
Well, the people don't understand the distinction between the two. Anything is possible, literally anything.
Just about, yeah.
But everything has a probability to it also, and that's where reality, I guess, takes over.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
anyway, so let's see what this. Oh, so we're rolling for initiative now?
No, not yet. This is actually your surprise round because you caught them off guard. So
good.
She failed her saving throw. You hit. I mean, the formation is kind of it'll spread out a bit, but you're able to hit 2 other guards that were close by to her, probably in conversation or something with her, aside from the other dozen or so guards that are around her. You also splatted 6 other kobolds that were within that group. So she's gonna take 25 points of fire damage.
Nice.
And one of the guards was successful. The other one was not.
So one of them takes 12.
So one of them takes 12.
So the one that failed takes 12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And did they all get disadvantage on it?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
Must have rolled well.
That's all right. I mean, hey,
good.
You
might have
give them
good
all.
deck save too.
Right. Well, it's always possible.
Oh yeah.
You can just roll two decent numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, one was just a decent number. The other one was their deck's not really that high.
But I only got 2 of the elite guards. Now, since we're retconning this, this is the last. When I was launching my fireball, they had actually, and my character didn't know this, but Andol had just won his battle,
Yes.
and then they turned around and started to exit, and I launched it at them.
Right. So right when this this fireball that you hurled at them, and it was centered on Frulam Mondath. Hold on, just check something real quick. Okay. So as soon as you launched this fireball into the air, I mean, there were a couple guards that looking around and being vigilant. Some of them did catch this fireball. That's why that's where you're only able to hit 2. They did like some type of defensive position. They probably do a routine when they're protecting or doing their bodyguard duty. The only thing I can think of description wise, like what you guys see, like a 300 when they all put their shields up.
Shield wall, something like that.
Yeah.
But it's more like a
Defensive
ball.
posture.
Evasive tactics.
Yeah, exactly. So they
Crouching
formed.
behind the shield.
Right, so they did something like that, but it looks more like a ball because they didn't know, like some of them didn't know which direction, or probably just to cover all directions. But when the fireball hit their shield, some of the splash damage still was able to hit Frulam Mondath and injure the 2 other guards. And then the back splash hit the other kobolds that were surrounding this formation
And killed all of them, right?
and killed them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that happening, there was of course a loud explosion, and while jumping back to the keep, where Andol and Rindathar and Talash, you guys were basically celebrating the victory that you guys in commanding Andol. You guys obviously hear the explosion, and when you look towards the direction where it might be coming from, you guys see like a small mushroom cloud starting to form from that center, coming from the center of town.
That would be Agar.
Right. And then from there, we'll go ahead and roll initiative.
Now, where was she in response to these buildings?
Let me see.
I think you said she was right in here somewhere.
Yeah,
Or
she
was
was
it
right.
actually?
Yeah.
Okay,
So I'll just use this cultist here. Wait, did I pick that right? No, I didn't.
You probably got enough tokens on the map. You can drag and drop a bunch of other ones if you need to, Chris.
Right. Yeah.
Recycle them.
Oh yes, critted
Nice, man.
Yes.
Rarely is anybody faster than me, but I like it.
Okay, well,
Hey,
I'll take a
Everyone
20.
still have
Hey,
their
Chris, this might-
-4s?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask that.
It should have been on my thing. Hold on, let me look. Is that for initiative though? I didn't think it was.
No, it doesn't
Yeah.
apply to initiative.
No,
Just
it's
right.
just
melee,
initiative.
Yes, it
ranged,
does.
skill checks, spellcasting.
Ability
Chris,
check.
I have, I
Ability
guess
checks
that-
and saving throws. Yeah.
Ability-
saving throws I have at a -3. And the only
Oh.
reason I did that is because of the ring, Chris.
Mhm.
Just so you know, if you're checking the
Yeah.
dice rolling.
But
Alright.
but that's the thing about initiative things. They are ability check. Initiative is ability.
It should have auto corrected if
It doesn't in the. It doesn't in the thing. That was the thing we had. a problem
Oh,
with.
I
We have
see
to
what
actually
you're
put it
saying.
in the
Like we need to
bonus.
put a -4 in that as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll just manually correct
Hey,
mine down
name
by
Chris.
4.
What?
Still, you're gonna have a 20 or a 19, man.
19.
That's
Still have
Yeah.
a pretty
It
good.
won't even let me put
Yeah.
in a negative number.
Yeah, in the bonus, in the initiative bonus, it will let you put a negative in there. In the bonus part, not the total. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. I have to click the arrow. It wouldn't let me type it in. All right. Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we
have
need
19.
rest. We need a lot of rest.
19.
Yes, we do.
I don't know. I mean, you seem to be all right. With
Yeah, Andol's kicking ass and taking names.
Hey.
Holy shit.
Well, and Andal still has the ring and the.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I get
No,
him
he
back.
passed him
I
back.
get him back.
Oh, I don't want to say it. Damn it. Damn it. Agar needs. Oh shoot! I need to have a telepathic ability.
You need to get a familiar. You need to take that feat that you can.
Right. Well.
You can just get the spell, can't you?
yeah, initiative is an ability check.
He doesn't actually have. Sorcerers
I
don't
don't
have.
think I don't think I have
familiar
access
on
to
their
that.
spell
Oh,
list.
okay.
Yeah, I think I have to take the feat and then I can get it as the feat.
Yeah.
When is that?
Magic Initiative. You
Yeah,
can get
magic,
two
magic
extra
initiative,
cantrips and then find familiar if you wanted it.
and then choose one first.
Or you could take the other feat,
Right.
which you could take wizards. What is it? Ritual spells. The ritual spell feat. Because find familiar is also a ritual spell. You could take the wizard, wizard, and get a whole bunch of other stuff.
Chris, are we level 6? I don't remember.
We're not yet. We need a
Okay.
long rest.
Yeah, you guys need to take a long rest. As soon as you guys do that, you guys will be able to.
A full
All right,
rest.
because I'm just looking at my.
A full rest, yeah, that's right. A full rest.
It does say 5, so I just want to make sure I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys will be able to do that by the night.
If we get a chance.
We're gonna need 5 days. Yeah, we need like a week vacation after this.
Basically, yeah.
We need a trip to Tahiti.
Well, let's not go by boat. We know how that
It's
goes.
a magical place.
Right. No boats. No boats.
Honestly, clerks casting restoration can
I was
remove
hoping
all
somebody got
exhaustion.
that reference. Thank you, Rob.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Isn't
did.
that's greater restoration that you need, and that's a 5th level spell. You need to be
Oh, you need greater for that?
greater for
Remove
it's
exhaustion,
greater,
yeah.
Well, that's
And even then,
Yeah.
it only removes one level at a time, doesn't it?
Yep, only one level at a time.
Oh, I thought it removed them all. Maybe I'm
Nope.
thinking the heal spell. Maybe, but that's
Possibly.
also 5th level,
Possibly.
which is a high. We'd be paying.
Yeah.
In the Venture League, it costs 1,250 gold for a raised dead spell, so heal's probably somewhere in that neighborhood.
Well, I would think raised dead would be way more than a heal.
I
Well,
don't know. I
raised-
think they're both 5th level. So,
Well, yeah, but what is? I guess I don't know. I don't know what heal does, but I mean, I would think if you're bringing somebody back from the dead, I would charge extra for that one, whether it's 5th level or not.
Do you have to pay the money and the cost of components as well? So it's actually more like 3,000.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it just gets taken out of your inventory. Yeah.
Greater restoration.
Oh, guys, almost got these initiatives in. Ooh.
How many you got to put in? Holy cow!
Well, there's a fairly large group.
I don't see heal as a 5th level spell. Is it cleric or paladin?
normally it's cleric.
It's what?
Normally it's a cleric spell.
It's a 6th level spell.
Oh, it's 6th level now?
I was gonna
Jesus,
say mass.
man.
The only one I see is mass cure wounds.
It does. Heal doesn't do anything for
Exhaustion.
exhaustion. It also ends blindness, deafness, and any diseases affecting the target.
Does
No.
regain 70 hit points though.
Yeah. Greater restoration, slowly taking
If
it
I'm a
down.
DM and somebody's casting a 6th level heal spell on you, I'm house ruling that. Any exhaustion is gone. It's a 6th level cleric spell. I mean, it heals everything. You'll eventually get characters over. Yeah, you get it
Well, I would
eventually.
even. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say eventually you might have characters over 70 hit points, but for it to do all that and all the other things, blindness, deafness, disease. In my game, it's take
Well, I would
care of
think
that.
you could even go into a temple anywhere and just have it removed. I mean, it might be. I mean, I would think you could just go in and have them all removed. I don't know.
I think they actually have a potion out there
I
that
might.
gets rid of exhaustion, called Potion of Vitality.
Might be.
I might be wrong.
How much are those? Yeah, but those things are probably like 5G a piece.
No, I don't know. The
Well,
healing
not-
potion is only 50
5
gold.
I mean like 5 Gs.
Exhaustion is one of those things that it's supposed to be a
Major.
ordeal
Right.
for a person. It's to kind of bring you back
Hmm.
to reasonably humanish levels.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, man. 5th edition did a good job of throwing back in some of that mortal stuff. The death saving throws, I love. Love how it works.
Yeah, it's pretty
You
good.
know?
All right, so here we go. Initiative here. So go ahead, Agarwaen. You are first to act.
Oh, goody. Guess what?
Repeat.
Okay. Rinse and repeat.
I'm gonna I don't think I have it. Okay, so when we went to death and we were brought back, we didn't. Okay, so yeah, no sorcery points. All right, though, that's all right. Yeah, rinse and repeat. Where's it at? There we go.
Hadouken!
Hadouken!
Nice.
Yeah!
Holy shnikes.
Oh my gosh, dude! Oh, do I still get disadvantage because I don't know where I am?
No.
No,
Well,
no, no.
I mean, I'm in 3/4 cover, right?
No. But Steve, when the fireball goes off, they see this ball streaking in, then boom.
They know
He said a
where
couple
it's coming
saw it.
from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But, I mean...
Well, it's just
they
a bright
still-
streak that flashes, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's
I mean,
not
they
like
still
the
take
speed of
half.
light. You know.
Right. I was trying, darn it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll take 36 though any day.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
Great
centering
roll.
it on her again.
All right. So again, they're still holding the defensive position. You go ahead and rain another fireball down on them. Even with the protection, she still is harmed by the fireball, probably from the backsplash and whatever not, or maybe just because of the intense heat. You end up out of the guards that information, but there's more than just the tokens. But you end up, maybe that's the reason why she got hit, because you end up killing 3 other guards in that fireball. Probably then that opened up the opening for the rest of the residual heat, or maybe just the force of the impact, or maybe knocked some of the guards back into her, and she also failed her saving throw, so she's gonna take an additional.
Yes. It's on 50 now, man.
It's 51 to be, or 61 to be exact.
Yeah.
Right. And you're gonna probably kill another 3 kobolds go down from that attack. Any movement that you want to do?
That back door out the okay, so I probably have to do a perception check for this, but I had already established that there was a back way out.
Yes, there is a back way out.
Okay, I don't want to go back to the group. I actually want to try and see if I can sneak over to this building. And I know I'm not invisible anymore, but I want to actually, like, because there's bushes, and I mean, how much
Right.
cover would that give me an advantage on a stealth check or anything? Or
If you're trying to sneak out.
I actually
but,
want to sneak out of this building and then try to sneak into this other building.
Okay, so it will
And it
take
seems
you
like that
in.
would be the safer building.
Right. It will take you another turn. So since you're on the second level, it'll take you like your movement of 30 feet to get down to the second level and out the door.
Okay,
And
I want
then-
to get out the back door at least.
Okay.
And that'd be my movement.
That will be your movement. Give me a strength check, because as you hit the door, you realize it's locked.
Oh goody.
Yeah, this might be
Spell
hard.
faster strength check.
Unless, well, no, yeah.
Where
and just-
is my? All I have is a save. Where's the check?
It's on the first side of it,
Yeah.
isn't it?
No, all I have is.
You can
Save.
just click the
on your
saving
character,
You could-
sheet, on your core stats.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh, you just need a strength save.
yeah, strength save. Yeah.
16. Ooh, good. There you go. Okay.
Right. So
I'm used to the other sheet where there's one's a check and one's a save.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So when you first hit the door, you realize, because it is locked, so you're stopped abruptly and probably tease your shoulder a little bit. But then you muster enough strength and you haul your broad shoulders into it again, and you're able to bust the lock. So right now you are outside.
Right there.
Yep, right there.
All right. But I'm completely undercover.
You're. I mean, for right now, you're out of line of sight. So
I'm behind the building. Yeah.
you're behind the building.
How? All right. Well, I've already used my movement and I've cast. Do I have a shout?
Yeah, you can shout out. More than likely, the rest of the party, probably looking at direction, probably saw you busting out of that building.
Right. I want to tell somebody to grab that spear. Would they hear me from this distance? Because that guy threw a spear. It's still sticking in the wall, maybe.
Yeah.
Because he took that spear at me, right? Or is it trident or something? It was a big
Right.
something.
Well, we'll see. The closest person to you is Rinothar. So Rinothar, go ahead, give me a perception check as you see Agarwaen trying to mouth out or yell out something to you.
Not a high roll.
Right.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right.
It's still out of earshot, kind of inaudible. You're doing like what you hear? So he didn't quite hear what you're saying. He knows that you're
Right.
yelling, but he didn't hear the exact words that was coming out of your
Right. Well, I would have been pointing too, but yeah. Okay.
mouth. Okay. So
Right.
then,
Right. It wouldn't matter what he knew what the hell I was pointing at. The fuck is this guy looking at?
right.
All
So
right.
with
Go
that,
ahead.
we're gonna go move on to the next person in the turn order, or the next actor, which is this kobold here. Um, after after your attack, I mean, everyone's basically they're starting to scatter. I mean, that's mostly the kobold's probably reaction, which is fight or flee, and they're probably fleeing. But as soon as they're starting to disperse, Frulam Mondath, she she's like, I mean, out of the opening of this defensive ball that her bodyguards created with their shields, um, she points in the direction of the building where the fireball came from, or where she assumes it's probably coming from, and she speaks in Draconic, saying something. You most likely don't hear Agarwaen because you're far, far away, but she says something like, "Go into that building over there." So she's basically ordering the rest of the group that's with her to, I guess, to go investigate and see what's coming out. So he's gonna go ahead and do his movement, which is 1, 2, 4, 5, and
Even with my elven hearing, I can't get a perception check. Just on the off chance I might have heard her. Well,
mm,
not that it would do any good. I'm still screwed. But
no, you're a little bit far away for them. I mean, she's
okay.
not like yelling it out like as loud as you were trying to
Right.
yell out to Rindlethor.
Right. Okay.
He's gonna use his dash movement, but he's actually gonna go into the building. So he's in the building right now. And with that, we will move on to Rindlethor. So you just saw Agarwaen trying to mouth out something or yell out something to you, but you can't hear or understand what he's saying.
Well, I know there's trouble because there have just been 2 fireballs, so I'm going to move to here, using my cunning action dash, so I can cross all that distance, bow in hand, knocking an arrow, seeing that there is a little bit of an opening, and I'm going to launch one her way. As I'm coming up here, seeing that, ooh, some of those guards are blasted out of the way, maybe I can hit. Nope. Sails a little wide.
Right. Being that they're still in that defensive stance. I mean, it's relatively hard. I mean, she would
Probably
probably
ricochets off the shield.
Right, and then now, I mean, you probably drew some of the attention of some of the guards. I mean, because now they feel like they're probably getting attacked. I mean, they are getting attacked, but from another person or another place. Anything else you want to do after?
Yeah, I'm going to just pass her over to Agar. You sure you want to be out in the open like this, my friend?
All right. So then, with that, we'll move on to the next person. Let's just call it actor. So the next actor, it's will be this guard. Let's see. Yeah, it's this guard right over here, standing in front of Frulam Mondath, and this is the one that says, "Mistress, what is your bidding?" And she says, "Give us time to egress. Do not leave these perpetrators unscathed." And he does like a little salute bow, and then he takes 2 of the guards with him, which are the other 2, and they're rushing towards the building, because that was the last known.
And probably me, because I'm sort of in the open.
Right. So let me see. 1, 2, 3.
I had to be able to shoot, so.
And so he's gonna dash.
Did I ever give you back your short sword, Rind?
You can keep it. I've got plenty of weapons.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure. I just wasn't sure if it was still supposed to be in my inventory or not.
Yeah, I've got a rapier, a short sword, and a dagger, and my bow. I'm good.
Right. So he just barely made it to you as he's huffing and puffing. And with that, we'll move to Talash, which is the next person in line. So Talash, yeah, you just saw Rinthar take off, and you saw Agarwaen just bust out of that building. I was sensing that the Smoothskins are in trouble again.
What else is new?
Oh yeah.
Just for a reference point, though, all those buildings that they're by are engulfed in flames, or they're on fire and spreading.
Right, just like right.
Yeah, fireball is actually probably enough to put a thatched roof on fire.
And two of them back
I
to
would
back,
hope
I would
so.
think would pretty much
Otherwise, it'd kind of be
incinerate.
Well, some
Right.
thatched roofs don't burn very easily because they treated them.
Right.
Right.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Hot enough, they'll burn.
when you guys first came to Greenness, you know some of the thatched roofs were some of them were on fire, but like, they weren't burning as fast as you thought they were because, like you said, they might have been treated or it's just not dry enough to catch on fire.
Right. Well, most roofs were meant to be fire retard. I mean, it would make sense.
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
But I mean, yeah, where you launched a fireball, I mean,
But even the walls and stuff, I mean, the wood itself and like anything like, I'm just saying they're surrounded by fire basically.
right. So yeah,
Want
to
to burn
left.
stuff? We'll show you how it's done.
Talash was on the ground, not on the parapets, right?
Yeah, yes. You're on the ground. You're probably just in the.
I think he was
middle of
just
the
inside the
sideboard.
gate, wasn't he?
Just
Yeah.
just outside the gate to the bottom
Mhm.
or left.
Okay. Using a key point for Step of the Wind, I can get 80.
All right.
Oof.
That was actually only 70. So
Perfect.
How many are there?
That's one guard right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not for much
possibly
longer.
not for long.
Right. Well, one thing that you do notice that this guard that you meeting right now, it's not dressed like any of the other raiders. Like I said, they're probably part of the elite guard. He has, if anything, short like I guess, what was it? Well, yeah, he's actually carrying a shield aside from the spear, and he seems to have he's pretty armored. So go ahead, do your do your
Do your
worst.
thing.
Yeah.
See bad guy will hit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Crit! Crit!
Wow.
Good
Holy
job.
crap! Clutch
One,
rolling.
2, 3.
Second one, third one. Holy crap!
Right. So go ahead and give me damage for all three, including the wait,
The
this
last
one,
is-
what I'm
is-
talking about. Yeah.
This
Yeah,
feeling
the
of
crit he
draconic
gets an extra
inspiration.
D8 on.
So yeah, just give me another D8 roll for the crit.
Ah, that's so
Okay, so that's 14,
29.
29. Not bad, sir.
not bad at all.
bad
Especially
at
if he was already
all.
wounded with some fire. Even if he made his
Mhm.
saves. You know.
Mhm. Yeah, even if he made his saves, he's still looking at 25 or 30 points of fire damage. If he was I guess if he was one of the ones affected. Because I guess I didn't hit them all, but I tried.
Right. Yeah. Well,
now he's
this
looking
was-
at over 20 points of fist damage.
Right. 30 fire at least, and now another 20 or something.
Steve, you got to remember too, when Talash goes into battle, he's wielding those gauntlets of ogre power, so he's hitting with these big steel gauntlets that are
That is
like,
awesome.
probably knocking some teeth out.
Kalash is Agar's hero. I mean, just so you know right now, Agar has this serious hero worship going on, even with the 2 fireballs I just let off.
right.
Nice.
So this guard, I mean, he, like I said, he was the first one to get to you guys, huffing and puffing, and I mean, Talash is there almost like in a split second, almost arriving in a blur next to you, Minotaur,
Nice.
and there is a little I was gonna say swordplay, but there is some staff and spear play, but of course Talash is a little more adept to using his martial arts, and he's able to strike him across the face, which is the crit, and then following up with a back swing with the other end of the bow stiff, probably hitting him in the solar flex, and then following up with his fist, hitting him down, trying to hit him down to the ground. But yeah, so he does take that 36 points of bludgeoning damage. And he falls to one knee, but he seems to still have some strength to get back up. Anything else you're gonna do, Talash?
Not at the moment.
All right. So with that, we're gonna move on to Andol.
Not much I can do. I'm just gonna be approaching for support.
Okay.
I think I can get to there with a double move,
All right.
which means I don't have anything really
Okay.
left over.
So Andol, you're hauling butt, but
Yeah.
your armor's slowing you down. And your
Yeah,
shield.
and I also just fought a guy.
And you just fought a guy. Yeah. So it's expected. Kyrin, he's still distraught, probably from his encounter with death and everything. So we'll just say that he's receding into the keep, and he figures that he won't be as effective on the battlefield with you guys. But you know what? No. We'll say that he's gonna. Oh no, that's right. He's a death cleric now. But yeah, so he's gonna
He
try
still
to
has
get
bless.
some rest. Yeah. Does he still have his bless?
I don't know. I don't know if he has any left. It's only a first level spell, but it would be nice.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That he was before you guys set out that he was gonna give you.
Yeah, it
bless.
could get the three of us. He couldn't reach Agar, but
No,
he could hit the three of us before we took off.
which would be very helpful right now.
Oh yeah, with the -4, you better believe it.
Yeah, and you can put it in the numbers. You can put the D4, so it'll just roll in the same numbers that the
It
minuses
says
are in.
first level spell. Can he cast it as another level?
Oh yeah, you can cast them. You can affect another person. I believe.
Yeah, I think as you raise it, it lets you.
Right, but they all have to be within 30 feet, and Agar was too far away.
Yeah,
Right.
but
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
I'm definitely too
you
far
can
away.
also just negate things. You can cast any spell with any spell slot. It's just some have additional effects.
All right, so let's see here, because he's out of
At
first level
higher levels,
slots.
it's
Let's go do it at How many of you guys are?
It would have been just the
Four,
three
four.
of us.
Yeah, so it's just a second level spell, so there's an additional.
One.
So yeah, additional one. So we're gonna say like he's following you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I keep forgetting these are 10-foot squares.
10-foot squares.
I wanted to. So actually, this guard wouldn't even be here, but that's fine. Now we know. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Was there a range on that?
Yeah, it's
It's
30.
It's 30.
Yeah. In this case, up to 4 allies within a 30-foot sphere, basically, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
If I was hovering, yeah.
Okay. Well, no. Okay. Let's just say that. We're just gonna say that he's just within the vicinity to actually cast it on you guys. Well, maybe not Agarwaen, but Mondath, Telesh, and Andol. I'll say that. Okay. Yeah. So. We'll say
Agar's always left out.
so he's following. He follows Andol. But he's realizing that his strength is pretty zapped, and let's just say like he almost falls to a knee in that position, but as he falls to a knee, he actually goes into a prayer, and basically he blesses you guys. But he most likely is probably going to retreat to the keep afterwards. So Andol, Minotaur, and Telesh, you guys have blessed from Kyrin for now.
Nice. Guys, it's an extra D4 to attacks and saving throws,
Mm-hmm.
which is huge. I just put it in the text so we know.
Yeah.
And it's they have to be within 30 feet, so.
Yeah.
Sorry, Agar.
If you just want to make sure you don't
Okay.
forget, you can put it in your bonus and penalties things.
Right.
You can put it there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can do
Yeah,
it.
you just put in 1d4.
1d4.
Yep.
Or 1d4 minus 4, whatever.
Yeah. You'd have to make the adjustment 1d4 minus 4 still. Yeah, I think.
Do you have to put a
Either way
slash
it
R, or
works.
does it just roll it?
No, you just put it exactly the way it's
would
just
be.
-4 plus 1d4, and it will roll it for you. That's the way I have it. You can either way it will work. If it's 1d4 minus 4, or if it's -4 plus 1d4, either way it comes out the same.
I'm going to do a quick test on my deck save here.
Sure. That's the only downside is
Double
that
ones.
well, you got a 1. The second one is from the D4 die. The
Oh
first
yeah,
one
yeah.
is from the D20. That's the downside of doing it, is that you get that.
Right. I'm glad I got those rolls out of the way now. Jesus.
Good test roll. Good test roll.
Man.
Yeah.
Zoinks!
All right. So,
Okay.
what happened so far? The two other guards that were following the lead guard follow suit. But they end up stopping there. But they're in hot pursuit towards you guys. Frulam Mondath with the rest of the formation of bodyguards, she heads out in the opposite direction, basically egressing this encounter. So on the top of the next turn, she will be able to escape, unless you guys do something. And then basically they're just all gonna move up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move all these tokens to the new spot, and then you can go ahead and continue with your turn, Agarwaen.
And you don't really know where any of them are right now.
Right.
I'm hiding. Well, well, I noticed that Talash and Rendlethar are fighting with somebody right here.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
I would see that.
So yeah, you can react to that one. Yeah.
Yeah, Steve, you would also hear the clang of sword
battle.
on sword and stuff. Yeah.
And the meaty thwack.
Yeah, the cracking of his teeth.
Right. Okay, so I have a plan here.
Okay.
I think I have a plan here.
The meaty thwack of Monk says no.
Let me double check my range, because I think because of spell sniper it doubles it.
Yeah.
Where's it at? Suppose we need to double. Okay, let me look here. What do we got?
Sadly, right now
20
you don't have line of sight right now.
Right. Well, I was thinking of doing something a little bit. Oh, when Misty Step requires me to. Never mind. Dang it. All right. Well, then I'm gonna go towards the battle, or where I hear the signs of the battle, and I'm going to. 30 feet. Yeah.
10-foot squares.
Right. 1, 2, and I would like to direct Burning Hands. It's a 15-foot cone.
Okay.
So I'd like to direct the cone to follow. I want to hit this guy. Oop, wrong button. This guy and this guy.
Right. So you'll be able to hit the guard and.
I don't want to hit Rendlethar. I mean, you know what I mean. I want to hit basically direct it as much into that direction of the crowd as I can.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll say that you'll be able to hit the guard and this group of kobolds. The token of kobolds represents 4. Okay. Just to let you guys.
Okay.
If
One
he's
token
got
of kobolds
15,
is 4.
It's 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
he might be able to hit like this one in the corner if that second
You
group
might
is
get a
also
couple of them. Yeah.
1 or 2, because it does do 15.
Mhm.
Yeah, it does have a 15-foot.
Yeah. So we'll say you'll be able to hit 2 out of this group.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm casting it at level 2.
Okay.
Cool.
It's a dexterity check for me.
Yeah, dex save, and it's going to be
It's probably a 13.
446. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, you can just cast it, right?
Yeah.
Didn't do the damage if you want to roll it.
No, he's
Manual.
rolling them separately.
Yeah, no, I want to roll.
That's cool.
Sorry,
Yeah,
do I
okay.
need to say that for every single spell?
Okay. Hold on, just give me 1 second. Just get the guards. Dexterity here. Oh wait, I have it here.
I think I'm going to attempt Fate on if I get any sneak attacks, and I'll try the character sheet macro, because at least for that, it doesn't seem like I've been getting screwed too hard.
Well, it's not
Okay.
that many dice.
So I need to make a. I'm actually gonna roll this. See the guard fails. The group group 1 of kobolds. Just save them. Just do one roll. Fails, and the other two. 14, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they all fail.
Yes.
All right. So this is 13 times 4. Oh, let me take it off the guard first. So the guard takes 13 points of damage.
13 times explosion.
And 26 on the other group. So 2 of the kobolds in this group over here to the left, or the one in the center, 2 of the kobolds, they expire from your burning touch. And actually, you know what? You might have been able to.
Hold on. Actually, yeah, I just realized it extends the spell of all my, or extends the range. So Burning Hands actually goes for 30 feet.
Goes for 30 feet.
No, it doesn't.
Hmm.
It's only your attack spells.
Ranged. When you cast a spell that requires you to make an attack. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to make an attack roll. It's just an area.
Oh, darn.
Sorry.
Okay. I got
Searing
excited
Blade.
there for a second. I got really excited for a second.
Searing Blade or Sacred Lame or
When you get your
thwarting
metamagic,
Like,
thing,
oh crap. Then you
Right.
can do it.
Right. Oh, meta magic. No, I don't. Oh, I don't have any spell points anyways. Never mind.
but you don't have the one that would do it anyway at the moment.
Right. Yeah. No. All I have is the twin spell and the quicken spell.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll say that the guard was able to bring up his shield, but he still took some damage from the radiating heat. This kobold group right in front of you that you probably centered most of the damage on, there are now 4 crisp critters there, in additional to the 2 other in the other group. So you actually took out 6 kobolds in that one.
so this one is gone.
So
Right?
that
Yeah,
whole
that one's
group's
gone. Yeah.
New
Sure.
breakfast
Change his
cereal.
token.
Crispy critters.
And how is this? How is this guard looking now?
The guard, he's looking pretty bad. I mean, he was already down to 1 knee, but he's still probably going to be able to still get up on his right.
But I get his turn before he does. I'm going to see if I can finish him off.
You do.
All right. Well, let's see. I think that's the Okay, no. Okay, so this kobold still. Wait. So which kobold is this one?
Kobold is in the building is the one that gets.
There we
Yeah,
go.
he's in the building.
Right. So this kobold that's in the building, really,
Kobolds.
probably hearing from the other kobolds, that they're out here. He actually going to use his movement to come down, actually come out from the back door here, and there is 4 of them. Let's see. There's nobody within range 10 feet. I'm gonna say that one of them brings out a net, and the other one's going to help him use this net, and they're going to throw it on the closest hero, which would be Agarwaen. So let me just go ahead and actually no, give me a dexterity check, Agarwaen, to see if you dodge out of getting netted.
Yes! Come on!
Right.
Critted that. Can I throw it back at him? Can I throw it back?
What we're gonna say is, as they hurl this net at you, probably made out of hemp, and you just casting the burning hands, you probably still have some residual heat left in your hands, and you didn't really dodge out of the way. You basically caught the net, probably
Just
thinking I was gonna
incinerated.
throw it back, and it just incinerated in your hand.
Torches it.
I can do that. Incinerate. And then when I do that, I want to look at them and just growl. I mean, just the most bestial growl I can.
Right, and then their initial reaction is they start to cower, and they're thinking twice about should we continue with our attack or not. But with that, we'll move on to Rinalthar.
Yeah, Edgar, have a Snickers. You turn into a growling ant.
Snickers.
All right. Concentrating on this wounded guard who's kind of dropped onto a knee,
Mhm.
I am going to try to hit him with Drakethorn.
Okay.
Yeah.
That should be enough.
Let's see.
Let's hope.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, it's just enough.
Okay, and because an ally might threatening, I'll add some sneak attack.
All
13 more. So that's total of 22 damage on him.
All right. Total
From the
22
rapier.
damage on him. All right.
Is that
So.
enough?
Moments of die already.
Exactly. That's what Rinthor is saying. He's like, die already. And I mean, are you doing like a slash across, or are you just?
Well, basically, I kind of see myself stabbing in and making him think that I missed, but I went next to his neck, and as I'm pulling the blade back, I lanced it across his neck, cutting it out wide open and probably making him bleed out at our feet because he was already on one knee, he's a little low.
Cool. I like that. So, I mean, he only has 1 hit point left, but we'll say at the start of the next round he's going to expire from that hemorrhage or the bleed. So
You did say
he's on-
serrated, so yeah.
Wheaton's rule. Will Wheaton says anyone that's on 1 hit point dies.
Dies,
He
yeah.
hates one
That's
hit
cool.
point.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to use my cunning action, disengage,
You shouldn't have to.
and move
No,
back around.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to.
He still threatens me because he's not technically dead.
Okay.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So I'm moving back around toward. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Before I go there, hang on. Let's do this a little bit differently. I can go up to 30. I'm taking a look out for the fleeing people because I think she has guards around her, and I think I kind of have line of sight from the corner. Just looking out for her. Might be time next turn to use a bow, but that's it for me.
Okay. Right. So, you do provoke an opportunity, but it'll be a disadvantage.
No, I used the cunning action disengage.
Oh, use a cunning. That's right. Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're able to get through. Yeah. With that, we'll move on to which is the guard that's on the floor. He's probably gonna try to. No, he's expiring. Go ahead, Talash. As you see this guard, he'd probably try to take his short sword out, but he just doesn't have enough strength. I mean, the blood is just profusely just pouring out of him. What would you like to do? Probably getting a bunch of it on Agarwaen's shoes, and well, they're probably congealing now because he's all infuriated with flames.
Toasty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shuffle, smack, punch. Oh.
So actually, let's see. Your second attack with your staff hits. Thus you knock out one of the kobolds, while the other two they kind of disperse and spread out. So they're most likely going to try to flank you now. Anything else you wanted to do?
Can't really do much.
All right. So with that, we'll move on to Andol.
Okay. Can I move straight up to here? On something that I can't.
Yeah, you're on the building. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Then
look at. I mean, it's not actually the. Well, yeah. Well, kind of has difficult terrain, so.
Well, isn't that guard supposed to be dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead. Yeah, he's gonna die in the next. Yeah.
Well, didn't he just have his turn before Lush?
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I mean, yeah, he'll be dead by the next round. Or something.
Okay. Then I'm coming up here to
hit the other two.
Damage on them. Yeah. Going to. Oh yeah. Shoving one of them. 11.
All right. So they're not really that strong at all. Oh nope. So you pin one down.
7 points of damage.
Yeah. So one you're able to actually pinned one of the kobolds down.
Okay. He's not dead though. He's squirming.
No, he's dead.
Oh, okay. Then yeah. Basically, I shove him to the ground and shake him off my shield, basically, and then I turn to the other one. And wait, no, the first one's not a crit.
Oh, because the -4.
That was on 4, so it's. But it is still a 20 to hit.
Right. Yeah, it's
14 points of damage.
Cool.
And did he go down?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's no need for another attack because you basically, when you hit his head, it knocked clean off. It probably deflected off with the other guard's shield, the
Okay.
one that's behind him.
Antelope.
Seeing that guy there, I'm gonna try. That's a 23 throwing it at him.
Okay. Yep. So even with his shield up, it
Mhm.
it probably ricocheted and hit. I'll say it probably hit his shoulder, so he's gonna take nine bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, basically that sequence of events is I rush forward, slam my shield against the one guy, pinning him to the ground, shake him off, come up from kind of a lower stance, and knock the other guy under his chin, knocking him back, killing him, and then as following through, I do an underhanded throw right at this guy here.
Mm-hmm.
And like you say, it hits his shield and then slams into his shoulder, and then it springs right back into my hand.
Sweet. Right. And then with that, we'll move on to. I mean, after the guard takes that hit, he's like, "Ugh," and he shakes it off. It almost seems like it didn't phase him.
No, I know.
We'll move on to the next guard, which is the guy right next to him, and he's gonna charge forward, probably gonna step over these bodies. So he's gonna end up stopping here anyway. And with his spear, he's gonna thrust it at. Let me go ahead and take this.
Yeah,
Okay. He's gonna go ahead and thrust his. Yeah, let me go ahead and take that because he's gonna die in the next round. Cool. Thank you. He's gonna go ahead and thrust his spear at you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. And actually, he gets to thrust it twice because he has a multi-attack. First one is a miss. Second one, what is your armor class?
It's 21 right now. I gotta readjust that.
21. Okay, so he almost got past your defensive stance or your defensive guard, but he's still missed.
Hey Chris, I realized something after the fact. I messed up when I did my attack, and I clicked on the dagger macro, not the sword. So it possibly could have done more damage.
But you killed him.
Where'd you kill him?
He didn't attack. The guy didn't attack, so yeah, it's kind of a non-issue. But yeah.
Yeah, you would have probably killed him outright as opposed to him just bleeding out. But I like the bleeding out effect.
Okay. Yeah. I was just letting you know.
Because
when I said rapier and then dagger came up, I didn't even realize. I was just looking at the numbers. So I don't want you to think I'm trying to cheat or anything, man.
Oh no. I'm
actually DM is a door whore.
Right. Actually, Andol, the second attack it did hit. It was a 22 versus your 21.
Yeah, 21.
Okay, so you're gonna be taking. It is 6 points of piercing damage from his spear. So he thrusts it once and he thrusts it twice. The second one just barely gained past, probably when you had your shield up, and it pierced probably like the side of your lower torso. And he also grins at you, probably happy that he's actually able to hit you. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to.
Get rid of this group here too.
There's still two more left there.
There shouldn't be.
Oh, that's right. No, because
I killed two, and then he killed the other two.
Right. Well, let's just say that. Remember, just this spot here. If you guys are gonna move there, it's difficult terrain. So. It's Frulam Mondath's turn, and she's going to dash away. So she successfully escaped with the rest of her bodyguards.
Dang it.
Dang it. With that, we will move on to the next person in line, which is the guard that you struck with the hammer.
Yep.
You being the closest hero there, he's going to do the same attack too with his shield raise and with his spear. So let me see. First one and second one. The second one almost gets past your defensive stance. First one missed. And he's gripping his spear a little tighter, probably because of that frustration for not
Mm-hmm.
landing even a glancing blow at least. And with that, we're gonna move on to this the group of kobolds that's circling around here. 1, 2, 3. So they're gonna get to about here. What is there? What did he have? Okay, so as they come around the corner, 2 of them are going to draw their crossbow. The other 2 is going to draw their sling, and they're going to basically focus it all on Telesh, him being seems to be the only hero in line of sight. So let's see here. So the first crossbow, ooh, that's a net. That's also a hit. Slings. What's your AC, Talash? 17? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
18 with staff.
18 with staff. Oh, okay, so 18 with staff. Okay, well, still gets through, and wow, okay, so all of their attacks get through. One of the crossbow bolts is crits. Do some. Actually, I like rolling here. See. Some. Ooh, 2 extremes. So 7 and. So it'll be 10 piercing damage from the crit hit from the first crossbow.
So are you going to do anything about that?
He's keeping contained. So from the crossbow hit, there's one you took. What did I say again? It was
You said 10 on the first one.
yeah, 10 on the first one, which is the crit hit, and then 4 on the second crossbow.
Okay. Well, I have a reaction and deflect missiles.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna use it on the crit one?
Yeah.
Okay. So how's that?
It's the damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus Dex mod plus monk level.
So what's your dex mod right now?
Uh,
It's 3, right?
yeah.
Monk level is 5, so that's 8.
That's 8. So roll a 2 or better.
Come on, 3.
Probably gonna get it.
There you go. You caught the first one. Do you want to throw it back at him using a key point or not? Or just catch it?
Yeah. What would you like to do with the bolt that you just caught?
Monks can throw it back.
Yeah, just use a key point.
Yep.
That's
Yep. And do just as much damage.
Talash has actually, if I remember, I can't remember the specifics, but I think Talash has actually caught a missile, thrown it right back, and killed the guy that shot him.
Yeah. So you could possibly do it again. So would you like to do it again here?
Why not?
Okay.
Sweet.
So you throw it back. Go ahead.
How many key points you get between rest? 4?
Hmm?
Nice.
It's
It's level 5.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Per level.
And
This
it's
is only your
short
second
rest
one, right?
restorations.
That's very
Yeah.
good.
yeah.
So,
So you roll an attack roll.
Just roll your attack and see.
As if it's a monk weapon that you're proficient with. So
Yeah.
just roll an attack, and it will be 1d6 plus your strength.
Strength or you could pick either, right? Strength or.
Yeah.
Dex.
But his strength right now is the higher of the 2.
Okay, yeah. So it'd be strength. Unless you want to do Dex, it's fine too.
So basically, roll a d20.
D20 and add your
3, add 7.
7.
Roll a d20, add 7, and then roll a d6 and add 4. If you hit. Ooh.
Okay, so
that even hit.
you caught this bolt. I mean, it probably caught you by surprise. Wait a minute. Oh well, we are within 10 feet, so it wasn't at disadvantage. Basically, no, I'm sorry. He was.
Bless adds another D4 to that also.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. D4.
that's right. So add a D4. So he's gonna be able to
Forgot about
throw it
that.
back.
Come on, 4.
Yeah.
Hey, 3 words. 14 enough?
75%.
14 is just barely not enough.
Oh,
Right.
good
So
try.
you catch this bolt and you throw it back, and it sails right by this kobold's head. If you have, I'll say ear, but it's not an ear. Right by his head. So you don't take the damage from that bolt, which was 10, but you do take I believe it was the 4.
Yeah, I think he said 4.
4,
Yeah.
and take an additional what was it? What did I roll? An additional 11 from the slingshots. Bludgeoning damage from the slingshots from the other 2 in the same group.
Okay.
All right, and then with that, we'll go back to the top of the turn, which is Agarwaen.
All right. Well, I don't really have a whole lot of options left at this point. I was hoping to kill that chick with the 2 fireballs. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast. How many are in this group still?
There are 3.
I am going to. Well, no, I'm too close. Do I have a clear shot? Well, I mean, with these 10-foot squares, it messes me up. If I move, does it give the other guy an attack of opportunity?
I'm gonna say, well, actually, he might because he's using a spear. He might have. I think
his
he has
reach is 10 feet anyway.
Yeah, his reach is 10 feet. Yeah, so he'll have an opportunity attack either way.
Do I have an attack on these kobolds here in front of Talash? Or a clear line?
We'll say that they have half cover because you're basically looking around the corner.
That's spell sniper.
Yeah.
Okay, so doesn't matter.
Nice.
I am going to launch. Oh man, really, I don't think I want to leave Andol all alone though.
He won't be alone.
Handle a big boy.
Yeah, and he's not going to be alone for long. You can see Rind heading that way.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and launch, and I get 2 of them. And I am going to cast the first. Now, do I have to? If I launch one and kill somebody, can I make the other one go somewhere else, or do I just have to call them both beforehand? Because I get 2 shots.
I would say it's to call them both. Where they're going. I mean, these guys don't have that.
Can I tell if one looks like more damaged than the other?
They're 3 holes. So, but you pretty much know that they're pretty low in hit points. So, because I mean, what was it like 9 took out one of them?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember,
You can split them up if you roll well, you know.
Right. I think I'm gonna split them up just on the off chance that it does work that way.
Oh, okay.
So,
Squishy bits.
there's the first one. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Again,
so
you're bound to do better than a 5. There you go.
that's better.
Double digits.
There we go. There's a better one.
all right. So
and
how
then
much damage on that one?
2d10.
1d10.
2.
1d10.
Or no, sorry, 1d10. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Hey, 2's better than nothing, I guess.
Eldritch Blast is the Warlock mainstay.
Yeah.
Warlock.
When you're a warlock, it's nice though, because you get all the
Oh,
extra
yeah.
bonuses to it. But
Oh yeah.
Right.
It's an
So
awesome thing for Warlocks.
so you shoot these two energies of force damage or Eldritch Blast towards this group of kobolds. I mean, these guys they don't just stand still; they move about a lot. So that's probably the reason why you missed. You probably caught one by his midsection, but the other one just sails and flies. It probably hits the other side of the building. And any movement?
I don't think so. But let me check my AC just to see. Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, I have to because I can't stand. I mean, I'd rather take one attack of opportunity than
All right.
sit there. So I'm gonna have to move. I'm gonna go ahead and take my full 30. And I'm going to move into this position so that way I can see both still.
Right. What is your armor class?
37.
Your armor class 37.
16.
Hopefully that's your hit points.
16.
16. Now, if they have multi-attack, it's still just one attack, right?
Yeah, you
Right.
only get one attack with the.
Okay, so
With the, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no
Use it as
combat
reaction.
reflexes in 5th edition, so you can only get one reaction to make an attack opportunity between your turns.
Yeah.
oh, that's right. Okay, so
There's actually a class now. I can't remember which one it is. One of the extended classes that doesn't use up its reaction for those attacks.
Swashbuckler.
Swashbuckler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Swashbuckler
one of the
doesn't-
rogue archetypes.
Right.
That's
Right.
kind of cool.
Yeah,
So
they can
at-
move in and out at will. It's pretty nice.
So we'll say as you were casting your Eldritch Blast on the kobolds, this guard took an opportune time to strike out with his spear, causing you to back off, and you take what was it again? 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay, I can do 7.
He gave you a new butthole.
Tried.
Oh, just cut
Right.
up his robes a little bit. That's all.
And then, so moving on to the next group, these kobolds right in front of you, Telesh, they're basically trying to swarm around you right now. One of them, actually, two of them draw out short swords, and one of them draws out a dagger. So the ones with the short swords are going to attack first. What is your AC again? Is it 18?
18.
Okay, so the first kobold was just barely successful as you dodged. He probably nicked you at your knee. Second one, taking advantage of your dodging, you probably dodged towards him. He also was able to connect, slashing you across your midsection. And the last kobold, he jumps off the air. Almost looks like he jumps off his brethren. But you were able to sidestep, and he falls to the ground. Well, not prone, but he falls and tumbles out, basically missing you. So you're going to be taking 8 points of slashing damage from the short swords.
Okay.
Alright, and then that ends that group, so we'll move on to Minothar.
Alright. Where I'm at, I should have enough movement to get over here. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. I guess I'll have to use a bonus action to dash in order to do so, but I am going to attack that fella right there with my rapier.
Alright, with the rapier.
Ooh, not bad.
Nice.
If 22 hits,
It does, go ahead and...
If it doesn't hit, we have some very
And you have your sneak attack, right? Because your allies
Yeah.
next to you? Okay.
unfortunately, proved myself wrong on these rolling because I just rolled horribly on 3 kills. 15 damage total.
Yeah.
Right, so it's almost like in quick succession. As Agarwaen was backing away, you rush in, and probably quick enough to catch this guard kind of off balance as he did his thrust. And I'm going to say that you strike him across the shoulder. So he's going to take 15 points of was that piercing?
Yeah. And maybe a little bit of rending as the blades pulled free.
Right, he definitely felt that, and there's probably some tearing off of his armament more than probably the next strike will probably get down to his flesh.
And I'll hold fast next to Andol, shoulder to shoulder. As I pass Agar, I say, "That bitch is getting away, Agar." Just so he's aware. I mean, I think he already was, but
Right.
you know, this way he doesn't have to run the risk of meta if he didn't know. Because I was over there, kind of in headline of sight,
Right, you definitely saw Frulam Mondath, and basically like she's disappearing over the
fading off
horizon.
into the smoke. Yeah.
All
right, that's it for me.
So move on to Talash. Talash, you just took a couple nicks from these kobolds.
Yep.
I think it's time to light them up. Come on. You know you want to.
Agar's waiting for it.
Why not? Barbecue time.
Okay.
But for the life of me, I can never remember to actually set that up as a freaking.
It's 2d6.
And I think it's a dex for me.
Yep, dex for you. It's I think off your con modifier is the DC. Let me look it up.
No, DC for this saving throw is 8 plus con modifier plus proficiency bonus.
Okay.
So it'd be plus 11, 11 plus whatever your
Yeah, what's your con?
what's your con?
My con is 14.
So
14, so 2.
That would be
13.
13.
Yeah, so DC 13. All right, so let me go ahead and roll with these guys for their
Roll 2d6 and
constitution.
see what he's trying to dodge out of.
Okay, so how long is the range on it?
It's a 15 foot, isn't it? You took
15 foot. Okay, so you get 2 guys from
Fire,
the
it's
back
the
row.
same thing as
Okay.
burning hands, isn't it? It's like a 15-foot cone?
yeah.
Or is it a streak?
No, he took a cone. He took a
It's still half damage, right? If
Reds and golds are 15-foot cone.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So total of 6. So far 1 was successful, so I'm taking 3 so far. Next one was unsuccessful, so that's 9 so far. Next one was successful, so 9, 12. 12 successful, 15, and plus 2 more for the guys in the back and the other group. 13 was your DC, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 18, 21. So I'm going to take 21 points of fire damage. Well, actually, not 21 points from fire damage. Well, total of 21 points from fire damage. Let's see. So 2 guys in the back will take. So 1 guy from the group in the back, he's almost burnt to a crisp. We'll just say like half of him is burnt, the other one isn't, and he's gonna basically expire by the next round anyway. In the front, you took out 2 of the kobolds, and there's 1 left. No, actually, hold on, there's 1 left. Oh no, there's still 2 left. Right. So, as Telesh, you see his chest like heave, and he puffs out a torrent of fire that engulfs these 2 groups of kobolds. After the smoke dissipates, you guys see the charred remains of 3 kobolds, 2 from the group in front of him and 1 from the other group in the rear.
Does that mean there's only 1 left in the front group?
It's like 1.5. So yeah, we could say there's 1 left in the front.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Talash? That's just a standard action. That's a
Yeah, unfortunately, I was hoping it was a bonus, but
right. Yeah, it's
No.
an action there. All right, so you're gonna move in and do some punchy.
no, it's
No, the
that's it?
fire breath is an action.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
So you move in, and we'll go ahead and move Andol. You still
Okay.
got these 2 guards in front of you.
Okay. The one between me and
Minotaur.
Thar.
Mhm.
I'm going to. That is a crit actually on the actual strength.
It's a crit on the actual strength.
Yeah. So it's natural 20. So yeah, I mean he can still roll against it or whatever, but
Oh, wait, why is it a? Why was it a crit?
because I have advantage on this. That's the way the shield works.
Oh, that's
the way
right.
it's always worked.
Yeah, that's right. Right. So, let me just do my second roll. See if I. No. Okay. So he's gonna take 7 points
7
of.
points, and he's on the ground.
He's on the ground.
Yeah.
All right. So he's gonna take 7 points of damage, and he's on the ground. I'll try to get some token up here. Go ahead and continue with your attack. We'll use this one.
Dang it. Okay. But a 21, is that going to hit?
The 21 is going to hit. That's not a crit, though, right?
No, it's not. And for 9 points, 16.
Right. So your second attack, as you try to backswing, it does not hit. He probably got his shield up, so he's going to take a total of. Aside from the shield shove, it's plus 9.
Yeah, 9. Yeah, total with the shield shove is 16.
Right. So when you strike him down with your mace, you're finding out that these elite guards or bodyguards, they're pretty robust, especially their armament.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am finding that out.
All right. And then with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next person in line, which is the guard that you just strike, and he strikes back again with his spear. Which both misses.
Good.
Probably getting off balance from the strikes and the shove that you did for him. That's right too.
Well,
Yeah,
wasn't he prone? He had to stand back up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he did stand back up. And that's probably why. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and move to the next guard, which is the one next to him. He's gonna basically do the same thing. 21 is your.
Yes, it is. Yep.
Okay. Again, they're also finding that you're pretty tanky.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to re-strategize as they look at each other and be like, they're like shrugging their shoulders, like, man, we can't get him with these spears. These are just toothpicks to him. And then with that, we're gonna move on to the kobold and this group over here, over Talash. They're also trying to circle you, Talash, using their pack tactics. One of them draws out a net, and the other one's going to help him with it. So go ahead and give me a dexterity check, a dexterity saving throw. You can add acrobatics to it, but with disadvantage as they're trying to get this net on you. Yeah, I'm not sure that's how the net works, but just going to do it that way.
It actually, with the help action, it gives them advantage to get it, not usually disadvantage on the save. Like with an attack roll?
Right, it'll be an attack roll, but I'm flipping it where he has to do a save
I see what you're saying.
So he might be able to dodge or out of it.
Those rolls probably.
Yep.
I think I dodged with the 15, didn't I?
Yes, you did. So, Talash, like in fashion, he probably does a little tumbling. As he comes out of his tumble, the other two kobolds, they drew out their short swords, and they're going to try to swipe at this tumbling dragonborn. So, feat to see. You said 18, right? Okay, so first one hits, second one does not hit. The first kobold to strike at you with his short sword was successful, and you'll be taking... short sword, I believe, is piercing, right? So 5 points. Oh, no, not 5 points. It's 7 points of piercing damage, as the other one was able to stab you as you're coming out of your tumble from dodging, getting netted. And then with that, we'll move to the top of the turn again. Is Agarwaen. You're seeing something, a large dragonborn just tumbling amidst these smaller kobolds.
And looking kind of ragged.
Mm-hmm.
How many are left?
There's
one there.
One there.
There should only be about 3 there.
About 3. Well, the one is actually about 2, but we'll just call it for 1.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna aim for the one with well, the one. Oh, so there's one left in this group.
Yeah, about one and a half, but we'll say 1.
Okay,
Probably the stronger of that group.
I'm gonna go ahead and launch. I'm gonna go ahead and do firebolt. this time.
Firebolt. Okay. And that's an attack roll, right? It's not a. Yeah.
And that's 2d10.
Okay, so go ahead and roll damage. It does hit. Probably was busy trying to think of how to catch this tumbling dragonborn.
8.
So 8 points of damage. So you hear go ah as you strike him in the rear, or this firebolt engulfs his rear.
Does he
Anything
go
else?
down?
No, he does not. He's probably one of the larger ones out of the group.
Oh, really?
Standing about like a foot taller than the rest.
I've already used my, and that's about all I can do. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so moving on. The kobold that she just struck out at, he's trying to decide whether he's going to pursue you or pursue Telesh. He actually is going to keep focus on Telesh, being a closer target.
Sorry, Flash.
So he has his short sword. Ooh, that was almost a crit. But probably because his back is suffering that burning sensation, he cannot find a balanced way of swinging his sword, and he misses Telesh completely. Well, with that, we're going to move on to Grindathar.
All right. I'm looking and sizing this fellow up here who's taken some hits in front of Andol and I. Do I think there's a chance to finish him off? Or is he still too healthy?
You know that he took a couple licks from Andol, and from experience from battling side by side with Andol, they usually would have been failed or close to falling. You're also noticing that these guards are beefy, they're
Pretty robust, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I better hold my ground then. Here, tell you what I'm going to do. As a part of my attack, I can draw out my other weapons, so I'm going to dual wield in this case. It'll take my bonus action in order to do so. So I'm attacking with the rapier first.
Okay.
There's a crit, I think.
Mm-hmm. All right, so go ahead. Give me the second. Is there another attack?
Well, I want to do all the damage first for this because I can add.
Right, so go ahead and add your sneak attack too, which is twice. Wow.
Nice. So that's 39 damage.
Ouch. Yeah, I must say this guy also takes a knee. You probably, I mean, as you draw back the blade, and this time you rip some flesh out.
Not so tough now, are you?
Mm-hmm. All right, and then I can get a shot with the dagger of venom,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take that.
Oh, really?
Oh my god! You seriously crit him again, dude?
I'm calling shenanigans, man.
You know what's funny? This does not add sneak attack, Chris, because I can only do that once per turn.
Going
But
down this turn, yeah.
10 damage per dagger. On a crit, the poison is released.
Well, yeah, okay. So
Hell
we'll say that on the beginning of his next turn, I have to do a Constitution roll, and well, actually, I gotta do it right now.
I'm looking right now.
I gotta do it right
It's
now.
a DC 13 con, or he falls asleep.
Oh, is that one?
Yeah, it's a drow poison.
Oh, yeah, I rolled a 4.
Yes! Aren't you guys glad I go around picking fights now?
Works for me, man. That was.
If we're not level 6 by the end of this shit, I'm calling shenanigans.
So I just did 49 damage between 2 attacks, and unconscious guy. I like it.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Can I move into his square if he's on the ground to threaten this guy?
Sure, yeah.
All right, I will do so.
Let's just say I'll use this.
Pressing the advantage.
All right, so...
I also want to try to give Andol a break. He's been getting swung at the whole time. If I can take a couple, so be it. And that's
Well,
it
I
for me.
haven't been hit them. I've been swung at, but I haven't been hit much.
Right.
It's been swung. They just been like, yeah, swinging at each other, and yeah. And then
I'm worried about.
anything else?
No, I'm good. Thanks. I don't get a
Wow,
bonus action because I did the offhand attack.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It
that
seems
is.
like his exhaustion is catching up to Talash. He's having a hard time dodging shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're fighting with like how many guys there?
Right, he's taking on like 8 guys by himself.
Well, a few less down. They're down to like what, 4?
Yeah, it seems like
And
yeah.
one of them
You
should
know,
be
for
barely
four.
hanging on because I just hit him for.
Yeah.
Well, he's a robust one. Of course, he'd have to be the
Yeah.
robust one.
Right. So with that, we'll move on to Telesh. So Telesh, what are you
Well,
gonna
at the
do?
moment, he's a burnt one, so.
Robert
Right.
one. Yeah.
But okay. Which group looks?
The ones to your left.
What do you mean? What what are you asking? Actually,
I think he's asking which is more hurt.
What are the two groups' conditions look like?
Right. Well, well, there's only one guy left here out of that group of four, and there's three above you. Three, yeah, above you.
Okay. Well,
Mhm.
I will focus on the three above me,
Okay.
since I guess the one to the left doesn't look so great.
Okay. So, I believe. Yeah. So your
And
mighty staff. Uh-huh. All right. So 3 attacks are successful. So go ahead, give me a damage on for. Oh, they're all there. Yeah, they're all there. All right. So that'll be 10. The 12 misses. That's 19, and that's 27. On the they said the 3 on top, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so
a firebolt should take down the lonesome Bernie butt.
right. So technically there are still 2 more, but there's still 2 left in the group, but one seems to be hanging on by a thread. So you're able to. I'm gonna say, was it mighty staff? Mighty staff. It was 2 mighty. Oh no, it was 1 mighty staff and 2 blows with the fist. Okay, so
But one other thing before you continue is that was also a key point attack, so
okay,
have to.
you gonna stun him?
No, that's a separate thing.
Oh, okay.
yeah, he can drop.
Knock
things.
prone. Knock
No,
one of them
no.
prone.
Okay. Here's the
Or
thing,
push them
though.
away, but.
Because you're running a group thing and he's hitting multiple targets,
Mhm.
if he hit any target that is still standing, he can apply his thing to anyone that he has hit.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So, I mean, you have to roll individually for each one, but...
All right.
So,
So
And
there'll
there's
be
3 of them and 3 successful attacks.
yeah.
okay.
Well,
Well,
let's just-
it'll just be one because they'll just say there's one left standing.
Okay.
So it'll just be one roll. The other 2 you knocked them out.
Okay.
Which kind of plays into the
So what do you want to do to the one that's left?
It's the one that's left still standing.
Knock prone.
Okay, so he's not prone. Okay, so this is what I see. So you as you're coming out of your tumble, you sweep your mighty staff. You sweep your mighty staff across. You
It's a
knock
two-hander.
right. So you whack this one across the face, basically, and he does one of those twisting tumbles in the air, and he falls, knocked out. He's out of the combat now, or probably dead because he snapped his neck with that twist. And then with your fist attack, you probably grab the other 2 and you knock their heads together and you drop them on the floor, but one of them is still breathing, which is the one that you knocked prone. See, senor. Okay. Anything else? You gonna make any movement, or you're staying there?
No point in moving anywhere.
Okay, so we'll move on to Andol. You just saw Renathar just literally knock out
Mm-hmm.
one of the guards.
And I'm appreciative of that.
Right.
Is there any way to get around this other guard to just get into flanking position?
Hold on one sec, because Roll20 is lagging just a bit.
Yeah. Because Rind is right there.
You trying to get closer to this other guard?
What I'm trying to do is get to here.
Oh, you're trying to get around. Okay, I see.
Yes. Is
Yeah,
there enough room?
we'll say that. Yeah, we'll just say it's enough room. You squeeze by
Okay.
to get to that position. I mean, there's
Yeah, I
probably
moved
not
in
like.
to engage him, and he's probably nearer to me than he would be on the other side of the square.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was
Plus,
pretty close to me.
Andol's really a master tactician in combat.
Yeah.
Just coming into 6th level, he's coming into his own, I think.
Yeah. Well, 17. Check on a 17.
17. No, he was still able to whip his shield as you came around and struck with your. Oh no, wait,
Oh,
you're shoving, right?
that's a shove. Yeah.
Okay.
So he needs a strength check.
Okay, hold on a second.
I mean, I already have. This is mainly for damage than actually tactical, but
Right. So you're able to. Okay, yeah, I rolled a 3, so I'll be taking
just
7 points of
just a
piercing.
7. Yeah.
Right, and I'm gonna say he's knocked to a knee,
Okay.
but has the prone condition on him.
Yeah. Oh, luckily. So 20, I think hits, right?
Yeah, I think you'll take the 20, right?
Yeah. Well, I have advantage because I'm
'Cause he's
flanking
prone.
and he's prone.
He's prone.
Good
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
6, 7.
Is that? Yeah, that's a natural 20.
Oh, that's a natural 20. So
I
go ahead,
have
give me
1 on the
another.
extra damage. You know what? I'm going to actually do this as well because I have 1 left. 1 left.
Okay, you can use your divine.
Yeah, divine smite. It's not going to be much damage, but oh jeez. But it's 11 because it's a crit.
It's a crit. All right, so that's a total. Was that looks like 31?
Oh
So
wait.
10,
Wait,
19.
no, sorry. That's not right.
No?
That's if
I have to
undead.
roll that. I have to roll that once more time. Sorry. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. That's better. 6 and 10. The extra is just rolling a d8. That's for if it's like it says extra 5 radiant damage if the target is undead.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that wasn't the crit damage.
That
right?
wasn't the crit. That wasn't the total crit.
That
The
was not crit, right.
16 is the crit for that.
Okay, so 19.
9 plus 16, yeah.
So 30, 35 Mad Hard. 35. So, yeah.
Man.
35 on
Wow.
that hit, 10 from the previous hit, and 7 from the shield.
Right. So what you see is as this guard kind of charges towards Andol, you guys do basically your shields bash each other, but you overpower him and you push him off his feet, and he falls on the floor. And as he falls on the floor, you follow up with your mace, almost like what you usually do, almost like you're hammering a nail down.
Mm-hmm.
And as a second swing hits you, I mean you guys are almost blinded for a second because of that radiant smite that happens.
Yeah. See, what I wanted to do is as I pull back for that second hit, you actually see the hammerhead light up as I come down. So you get a streak of light, and then just go poof.
Right, he's like, "You're not dead yet."
Well, yeah, he's not dead yet, but.
Okay, so let's see. I haven't been moving the tracker,
And
so
I think I will also use my free action to say, "You're in trouble, son."
right. And he's gonna reply or say something, but as he was trying to say something, he ends up coughing up some blood. Right, and then we'll move on to the guard's turn, which is the one that you just stepped over and still sleeping. Move on to the next one, which is the one that just coughed up some blood, and he finally gets out. He lets out a light chuckle. He lets his spear fall on the floor, and he pulls out the short sword from his belt loop. Uses movement to stand up, and he is going to strike at you with his short sword. That is a miss. Right, still, from taking the damage earlier, he's in a weakened state, and he can't seem to swing his sword accurately at you, Andol. And with that, we'll move on to the kobolds, which is the one over here. Right, so the one above you, Telesh, he's going to strike back at you with his short sword. But he's alone, so he doesn't have advantage anymore. But 18 AC, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. His short sword is +2. So you're going to be taking 6 points of piercing damage as you're probably feeling the, I guess, exhausted from tumbling and dodging, that you weren't able to dodge out of this thrust from this kobold. And he laughs and almost rejoices that he's actually able to hit a target larger than him.
I managed to hit the broadside of a big red barn.
Yeah. And with that, we'll move on to Agarwaen. You seeing that Talash is not as agile as he was earlier in the battle. It seems the attrition is starting to wear him down.
How much blood am I seeing?
It's actually surprising. This is probably the first time you've seen blood spew from Talash from his wounds. I mean, most of his wounds are just nicks and cuts. Because I mean, these kobolds can't really do major slashing damage or anything like that. But you're starting to see. It's evident that he's taking a lot of damage.
Katie, quit. Damn it! I really wanted to knife that guy that was sleeping, but.
Please don't.
I'm going to... Katie, would you quit?
She's saying, knife the guy,
out of the
knife the guy.
two kobolds, because there's only two left, right? That other one's got to be dead by now, right?
Yeah, there's basically just two kobolds next to Talash, one above and
Which
one
one is the worst for the wearer?
Let me see. The one, I mean, they're just a point off from each other, so they're pretty much tied. But the one close, the one to the left.
How severe do they look?
I
mean, how much blood do I see on them? Oh, I guess he's hitting them with blunt objects, but I mean...
Yeah. I mean, you see, like, this fight between Talash and the kobolds, it's looking like it's a drawn fight. So they're basically hitting the point of exhaustion. That might be the reason why they're both wavering as they're taking opportune strikes at each other.
Right. Man, I don't want to... All right, we're going to do an Eldritch Blast at one at each.
Okay.
We're going to go for the non-beefy one first.
Alrighty. Which is the one above Talash, right?
Talash.
Okay.
So, does a 15 hit?
15 does barely hit. I'm just going to say that Eldritch Blast probably just zoom right by Talash's head.
There's 4 more damage for it.
Okay, it's going to take 4 more damage. It's probably strikes him in the shoulder and he's drawn back.
And then the second one, I'm going to aim at that other big beefy dude.
Alrighty.
Does a 12 hit. Do I get advantage because he's next to him?
No.
Engaged? No.
No.
Darn.
Right.
Right.
So
does the 12 hit?
The 12 does not hit. It actually you try to hit him probably in his legs, trying to cut him off or something, and he was able to jump out of it or dodge it.
And then I am going to... Can I draw my short sword?
Yep. That's part of the movement.
And then I'm going to... So if it's part of my movement, how close can I get to that kobold?
You can probably get right up on him.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and draw my short sword and come right up here and engage him.
Okay.
I mean, I can't do anything right now, but...
Right, so you're on your way there with your short sword drawn.
Right, I'm charging. Like, I mean, I missed. I hit the first one, and I was happy, and then I missed the second one, and I just like rage took over, and I pulled my sword. Now I'm just charging at this guy.
Yeah, I definitely see that.
Nice.
Rage. Okay, and then right. So as you're raging at this kobold, he spins around, and as you strike out at him, he's gonna try to deflect your attack. And your AC is
16.
16. All right. So as I mean, in your range, it's almost a blind fury. You swing, and he ducks, and he thrusts his back with his short sword. And
Oh, I didn't know I could actually swing.
well, I'm just for the flavor.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right?
No, go ahead.
And he
Go ahead.
thrusts back. He thrusts back, and he strikes through your robe, and he probably punctures your, I don't know, the side of your stomach or something. But anyway, so you could be taking 6 points of bludgeoning damage. I mean, 6 points of piercing damage. All right. And then with that, we'll move to Renothar. You have a...
Yeah. Oh, I'm leaving him alone. He'll be questioned later. I'm concentrating on the one between Andol and I.
All right.
First, using a rapier.
Mhm.
I think I get advantage because of the flank in this case.
Yes, you do.
Not that I needed it.
Right.
So we'll add some sneak attack to that. So that's a total of 20.
Okay.
All right, and then we will use the dagger venom.
Okay.
And I have a 20 for the advantage attack, so
Nice.
9 more piercing.
Very,
So total of
very
29 damage between 2 attacks.
Right.
Nice.
So as you're flanking him from behind, he's caught unawares. I'm gonna say that you plunge both your rapier and the dagger into his back. You hear him cry, "Ah!" And he also almost falls down to a knee. Most likely, he's probably not gonna survive the next attack.
All right.
And we'll move on
Carrying my
to
blades out and getting ready for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
cool. And then I'll move on to Talash. Talash, you're feeling very wavery, but you still muster some strength to strike back at these two assailants, or one of them.
On the one to the north,
Alrighty,
Nice.
that is a hit.
does that take him out?
Does not take him out, but I'm gonna say that he falls to the floor. I'm gonna say that he's actually prone from getting that hit.
So advantage on your next hit.
Not that it mattered.
Right.
Dang it.
And then I'm
That's
assuming that next one, well, they're all going on him.
Yeah,
Right.
for
Yeah, so they're all going on him. Okay, so yeah, so you, I mean, with this attack sequence that you do on him, you definitely able to put him out.
Which guy was that? The guy to the north of you?
The guy to the north, yeah, so he's able to do away with that guy.
You should be snaking my kill now, damn it.
and then a key point flings around.
Go ahead, take them all out.
You're gonna do to the other guy.
The flurry of blows to the left.
There you go.
All right, so I mean, when you watch Talash do his attack sequence, it's almost like you're watching a martial artist do his form. So he's doing his form in one direction, and then just like the application of what the form is, as you know, as you do practice this martial arts, he does that flurry of blows to basically starting another attack sequence going in that direction. But I mean, even if you're able to strike, I mean, you might have been able to hit him in a way where it opens up an opportunity for Agarwaen to put him
the
out.
15 hit?
The 15 does hit.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
Man, he was really a big one.
Right. So then we'll move to. Is there anything else? Oh, if there's anything else. So we'll move on to Andol.
Okay. Yeah, as Rindalthar stabs him in the back,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to.
Oh my god.
uh,
Oh my god.
well, the first one
The
wasn't
first one's not actually a crit, but the
The second one is.
You get advantage?
He does
yeah,
get advantage, yeah.
but
Hell
the crit
to
damage
the-
is 1.
Oh my gosh. That is so ridiculous.
Well, it happens. Yeah,
Well, no, and then additional damage if the attack was made with advantage, so you actually get an extra 2.
No, that's
Or it's just one or the other.
because
Yeah,
because
just
of the
one
way
extra
the
die.
4 rolls.
So
He gets either a 1 or a 1.
Oh, one. Yeah.
Oh,
Pick
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Gee.
So as this guard
I don't know which
screams
one to
out,
choose.
So yeah, that definitely does hit. But he's still alive.
He's still alive. I thought you said the
That
next hit would take him down.
it's almost gonna take him down. Yeah.
What
only
is
you'd
there?
done a
Do I
little
get
more.
any bonus for the
A
crit?
little bit
Can I
more.
roll on the crit table? See if it
I'm
kills him?
I'm just gonna say that he's taking a knee, so we'll say it's prone. So your next attack. Well, you have advantage
I
anyway.
already have advantage. That's why
All
I
right, so
went
you
with
just want to
the-
do the crit table? Okay, hold on. Let me just
Yeah.
bring out the crit table here. Just go ahead, give me a d20.
Yeah, you could still do the shield deal, can't you?
Oh yeah, still have another attack. I have another attack and
Right.
the shield.
Right, but he may not even need it.
I just wanted to end it in one.
And
One fell swoop.
Yeah.
Looking dramatic.
Well, just to get it done.
Ring his helmet bell.
Yeah.
I want to interrogate one of these guys. This is
Okay, so
He's a sleeping one.
so this is what happens. Your strike.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it kind of makes sense because as Rinothar stabs him in the back with both rapier and the dagger, it basically he opens up to you screaming, basically not with no guard whatsoever, and you take that opportune time to strike him right dead center in between the eyes. And what happens is as you hit him there, it pops probably a blood vessel in his temple, and now he has blood streaking and it's blinding him. So, I mean, for all intents and purposes, I'm gonna say he's out of combat. I mean, if anything, if you strike him out again, he's just gonna be dead. But he's basically dead.
Okay. Could I move without getting attack of opportunity? I mean, you'd have disadvantage on it anyway, but
I'm not gonna even try to attack you because he's blinded now, so he can't
Okay.
even see you.
Then I'm gonna go here,
Mhm.
and I want to throw my hammer at this guy.
Okay.
Don't have. I think a 7 will miss.
You get advantage because he's flanking.
I'm gonna say
Got
you have
two of us on
advantage
each
because you're
side.
flanking. Yeah.
I
So
do
now,
have- oh,
yeah,
okay.
you do. So it does hit.
It's not a crit. But
Holy
it's
cow,
15 points of
14.
damage.
Oh, damn, dude.
All right,
14
hold on.
damage is still pretty good, though.
So
Yeah.
so as Talash does his right cross, I'm gonna say, or maybe his right hook, which spins this kobold around, setting up Agarwaen for the kill strike, and then as Agarwaen,
see
as
the
you're about to
hammer.
do the kill strike, you see a hammer just come from behind you and strike this kobold dead center in the face, and then of course it bounces back
Yeah.
to Andol.
Well, see, that's the thing is I want it to go like over his shoulder, hit the kobold, and then swing right back over that same shoulder. So he
Right.
he
So you
watches it
definitely know.
hit the kobold and then right back.
Right, and then you see Andol catch it, and he has like a big ass smile on his face, like I'm sorry, but yeah, I did that kind of thing.
And Agar's response would be to just throw his fist into the air and shout out Iron Fist.
But right, and I mean, as the round progresses, these guys are probably. I mean, no one's knocked out, one's blinded. We'll say that they're out of the battle, and yeah, congratulations, guys! You guys boarded off the attack from this elite guard and group of kobolds. As they're out of initiative.
Seeing
Yeah, those
I know
incapacitated.
this is mainly just for flavor anyway, but I do have a couple cure wounds in the spell storing ring, and I would go to Telesh. I know we have a rest coming up, but this is in my character. I have to do this.
Mhm.
Okay.
And while he's doing that, I'm putting manacles on the one that's asleep behind his back, clearing away any weapons.
So
like
you got
kicking
20
his sword away.
points of health back.
Right. I don't know. I'm seeing that guard that got blinded by Andol. I'm seeing him like rage hysterically. Like I don't know if you guys remember the scene from Kill Bill when she plucks out.
Oh yeah,
And then she just
flipping
goes,
out.
Yeah, she's just flipping out. That's what I see this guy doing. He's just flipping
Never
out.
seen it.
Yeah,
Never seen
running
it?
face first into the corner of the building and finishing himself off.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll just say that's what happened.
No, so wait, he's
Telos just gives Andol a nod.
he's blinded, but is he like critical?
What
Can
do
we
you
take
mean?
both of them?
He's got a handful of hit points, I'm sure.
Yeah,
he
it's
could probably use non-lethal to knock him down.
Knock him out. I mean, if anything, he probably knocked himself out when he crashed into the side of the building.
The one dude's asleep, and you just manacled him, right?
Yeah, but he's actually very close to death too, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
He's in a
Jin,
little
we're
better
going to
shape.
handle him with. I would like to keep them both if we can, and we can
We only
interrogate
need
them
one.
separately.
Well,
No,
while you
interrogate
guys,
them separately and check their
right.
stories.
So while you guys decide, let's go ahead and take a quick break. If any of you guys need to
Sounds
do a
good.
bio or something.
Yeah, I could take a leak.
Yeah. Meet back in 5 minutes. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. 5 minutes.
Later.
If we can't keep the blind guy, then Agar wants to stick him in the back of the head and say, "Next time it'll be your mistress."
Alright, I'm back if anybody's here.
Are any of us ever really here?
No.
Are any of us ever really gone?
We're all wishing we were someplace else.
Exactly. So we're not keeping this blind guy.
We can keep them.
Only need one.
Right, but sometimes torturing somebody in front of somebody else will make, I mean, there's...
These guys' attitude, I don't think they would care if the other one gets tortured.
Right. Well, if we're not going to keep the blind guy, I would like to finish him off in
Well,
fashion.
he's only temporarily blind.
Right. Enough for me to sneak up behind him, maybe?
Well, right now, yeah. I mean, they're both incapacitated at this point where you could walk up to them and stab them. I mean, if that's what your character would do...
Agar would, if Agar knows we have one that we can question, then Agar would go up to the other one, and he would really want to stick him in the back of the neck and whisper in his ear as he's taking his last breath that, your mistress will feel this too.
Well, I'm currently attending to Talash, so if you decide to do that, I cannot stop you.
Yeah, the only one person that'll be able to stop you is Renothar, but he's not there at the moment. So, if you want to, go ahead.
If nobody's going to stop me, then that's what I'm going to do. Well, I'll wait till, Renothar would get a chance to,
Well, I was just going to say, as Renothar comes back.
There's timing.
Right as I'm getting carnage.
Mm-hmm. So, Renothar, quick, what are you going to do? You see Agarwaen, he's tracing his dagger along the back neck of his...
No, actually, I have a short sword.
Short sword, yeah. There you go.
He's doing that to who?
He's tracing his short sword. The blind guy.
He's gonna stab a blind guy.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm gonna stick him to the back of the neck.
I've got a prisoner.
I'm actually hoping. I'm actually hoping that she has some kind of telepathic connection, and I actually want to change what I said. If she doesn't have it, that's fine, but I'm hoping she has one. And if she does, then I want to say, "I'm coming for you next, bitch."
Okay.
If she has that connection, cool. If not, then he's dead.
He's dead either way, but
He'll not long survive that wound.
Right.
It'd be a mercy. Finish him.
I'm hoping she has some kind of telepathic link, though. I hope she hears it. I'm wishing she wouldn't have ran away. I think I had her.
Of course, I'm going to drag this other one along with me. Mm-hmm. He'll wake up being
before
manacled.
Before Agar can
Yeah,
take
before
him.
Agar cuts him down too. Back to the keep, friends. Let's get some shelter. We need rest.
Yeah, actually,
Right.
it's story-wise that even makes sense because I'm over here attending to Talash. Rindalthar is dragging this other guy towards the keep, and then he thinks Agar is going to go do the same with the other one, and nope, he didn't survive his injuries.
Nope, I was dragging him back and he bled out. Sorry, guys.
It happens.
No, I wouldn't deceive the group. I would actually tell you what I did.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so everyone's inside the keep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. You guys see Kyren? He's off to probably being tended by what's his name? Falcon Moon, the priest from the Temple Tentillo. Basically, they're in intense conversation, probably about what happened, with death and everything. He's trying to get an understanding why.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you guys are back to keep. So
Let's now the gate. It wasn't destroyed. It was just kind of battered a little bit, right?
no, yeah. Lynn Swift was able to mend it back together as you guys were holding off the raiders, if you remember from.
So let's shut that gate up and rebar just in case they decide to counterattack or something.
Do I see the captives that were in the fight thingy, that were captured? I would like to approach
Oh,
them and
that you
Oh
said
yeah,
you.
Dragon
yeah,
mask.
definitely, yeah, definitely. You see Lynn Swift, and if I remember, just call her Penelope. The captive and her two children. They're hugging each other and
Mhm,
making sure like, are you all right, and that kind of
mhm.
thing.
Yeah,
And
and I just approach and I say I ask the same thing: is are you all right?
and you see Lynn Swift. She turns to you. She says, "Yes, yes, we're they seem to be fine." And the Penelope and the two children, they thank you. I mean, being the one of the people from the group that to approach them in, and they're thanking you profusely for rescuing them.
Yes. And, I'm pleased that you are unhurt. Uh, do you, by any chance, have any information about your captors?
And you see the two sisters turn to each other. The two children, they actually just go off, probably to the other kids there.
Mhm.
Probably people they know.
Hey,
Um,
actually, Chris, Rind was going to stop them and kneel down to the children, put a hand on one of each of their shoulders, and said, "You children were very brave. You should be proud."
Right. The little girl, she tears up and she wipes it from her cheek, and the boy, he does the same thing too, but he tries to stand firm, not to show that he's crying, and he gives you like a stern nod.
Go play now.
Right. And they go off with their friends to do what to do in this type of situation. Um, let's see here. Right. So um, the two um, the two sisters, after they give each other that blank staring look, they both nod, and I'm sorry, what was your question again? Was
I was just asking generally if they knew if they knew anything about their captors.
right. Penelope, she speaks up. She says no, she doesn't. But when we were attacked at the estate, it seemed as though it was another group of people that was not part of this raid. But when we were captured, it's almost like they traded us off to
Mhm.
the raiders. What I know from that first group of people is they had these cloaks on with this design of some type of demon on their back.
Oh. Huh. Andol will actually start stroking his neck, and he'll be like, "Yeah, I think I know. I think I know who you're talking about.
Um,
Who would they be, Andol?
The ones that killed us."
Oh,
if
the
Agar
assassins.
Agar is close enough to hear this, he wants to know. He would ask the lady as delicately as possible, considering what she's been through, if that part of that trade included a red-headed
Ranger.
woman in
Yeah.
leather.
um,
In
With
green,
a longbow.
her actual costume is black leather with a green cloak. So
and she looks at you and she thinks for a moment, and she says um, that when they were first captured, they were held in the manor, and waiting for what they don't know why or what they were waiting for. But there was there was a ruckus outside, which was basically Sergeant Margot coming to their rescue along with Katie and the other guards that was with them. And she said when the fight broke out, they tried to escape, and she noticed that the young lady that you described, she was fighting one of you guys know the assassins, one of the assassins, and she was overpowered, got knocked out, and was dragged away, but she doesn't know where.
oh boy. Okay, Agar is. He thanks her for the information and asks that if he can be of any aid in the future, or he says if he can be of any aid in the future, to please ask, and that he thanks her for her time. And then he is going to go off, and he is immediately going to go into a trance type resting state to
Okay.
recover as fast as possible.
All right.
Um, I still have a question. I wanted to know more about specifically the leader of their captors. I forgot his name. Can you put it in the chat?
What you talk about, Frulam Mondath?
No, not that one. The one that I had to duel with.
Oh, the one that you had to do with. Oh,
That was
yeah. It's Langdedrosa Cyanwrath. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
The
Cyanwrath.
half dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if I spell this right. Langdedrosa, I think that's and then Cyanwrath, just like how it sounds.
Cyanwrath.
Hey, friends, we need to regroup here and have a conversation.
Cyanwrath. Yeah, but I wanted to ask specifically about him. What what she encountered being in his custody.
She says that I mean, at first he was, it's a horrible creature, it's a half dragon she'd never seen before in her life, and to be up and close and personal amongst I mean, even with the other kobolds around her that were holding her or detaining her. She did have a close encounter with Langdedrosa, basically telling her the deal of he's gonna do this one-on-one combat thing, kind of what you did, and what would happen to her if she tried to escape, that kind of thing. Aside from her saying like, he smelled awful and on this stuff, but she does say that he did keep his word. He seems to be a warrior of honor. If there's anything nice to be said about him,
Even if he is evil, he at least holds to his word.
Well, he may not be. He may be caught. Frulam Mondath.
Frulam Mondath.
Yeah.
Frulam Mondath.
I think she's got a little more power than you. I think she's got a little bit of
She
extra.
has that dragon mask, which makes dragons
Yes.
follow her. So
Speaking of which, I want to know how you feel about me going after her. I still have one of, wasn't it Kyron who was making all the potions?
yeah, he was making
Right.
all
I
the potions.
still have one of his potions of invisibility. And I can be stealthy even without it.
Rendlethar, you certainly can go do so, but I I'm trying to keep on a brave face in front of the people that we are talking with at the moment.
But we're in bad shape.
But yeah, I'm about ready to collapse.
As am I, friend. I feel
I mean, I'm
the weariness
giving
of
you
the
I'm giving you
years.
kind of a slightly incredulous look. Like,
What are you
if you
thinking,
feel up to
son?
it, if you feel up to it,
I'm not saying I do, but the opportunity could be there. She only has a few guards, and at some point they will have to stop as well. If I were to be able to catch her unawares, I could probably do her in and then escape.
Agar is of the opinion that we should probably throw our prisoner in a cell for about 4 or 5 days and let him think on his life choices.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
then once we're back to full power, or at least
right. I'm all for letting him free if he will tell us everything we want to know.
Oh no,
the prisoner doesn't make any.
Agar would not like to let him free. No.
Why?
Agar's Agar knows the visions always mean something, and when the visions pop up, and they've never popped up this quickly and this so much in his face, he knows that every choice we make right now is it could be life or death, and letting one person go is in his opinion not wise.
All right. Well,
they've made their choice by throwing in with the cult and following and attacking a town and slaughtering.
I'd also leave it more up to the
local law.
Yeah, local law.
Yeah. All right. Well, he can rot in prison then, for all I care. But at the very least, maybe he won't be put to death if he cooperates. Maybe. How about that?
Oh, well, Agar's all about torturing. I mean, he wouldn't even.
He may not even take it.
Bother him. I mean, it wouldn't even bother him to kill him. But
I think
letting him go, not an option.
I would not lose 1 week of sleep over that either. He
right.
He's a lot in with these dragon cultists. He needs to face.
Right. I think honestly, and I like the idea of letting the popular. I mean, I say turn him over to the public. I mean, get the information we need out of him, but then turn him over.
We could probably intimidate it out of him without having to, threaten him or torture him. So.
Right. Well, like I said, let him sit there for 5 days. His own imagination will run away with him.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah,
No.
let's heal up and find out what we can from him and the other prisoners. Maybe we'll hit the other ones with dragon masks or whatever. Chris, didn't you say they had like a name like Talons or something? Or
Dragon Claw. I mean, in fact,
Dragon Claws, yeah.
right. In fact, as you guys are missing in the courtyard, you guys hear a howl, actually a scream, and it stops abruptly. And from where you guys remember from the tunnel exit, you see Escobert come out from that entryway, followed by Governor Nighthill and probably like 2 or 3 guards. You see Escobert, he's actually wiping some blood off of his, it looks like his fist, his large fist. And then he actually makes a beeline towards you guys, with the rest of his entourage, and then he says to the group, "Glad you guys are all right, and thank you for taking on that champion." And he turns over to Governor Nighthill, and Governor Nighthill nods too in appreciation. He says, yes, but," and you see Governor Nighthill, he's basically taking stock of you guys, looking you guys up and down. And he says, "Well, I can see that these raiders have left their mark, so to say."
Aye, on some more than others, but we've seen better days, sir.
Right. Well, we've had reports from some of the scouts that we've sent out while you were doing your bout, and when you guys disappeared off to the center of town. Some have come back saying that it seems that the raiders have retreated, or I guess are done with what they were doing. Well, let's hope so. Well, I believe they are, but I do still have some questions for. It looks like you have another captive.
Aye, sir.
Um,
Figured we'd let him stew in a cell for a while and get to the questioning soon.
right. And then the dwarf was, "Well, I apologize, but the last one wasn't so," and he's wiping the blood off his fist with a rag. It's like, wasn't so forthcoming.
But we have our ways. Perhaps if you would allow us to do the interrogation.
Right. Agar even kind of he kind of hints at, he kind of gathers up a little bit of magic, like he's gonna let loose with a firebolt, but instead of manifesting it in his hands, he kind of manifests it in his eyes.
Right. And Governor Nighthill, he puts up his hands and goes, "We will let you go ahead and interrogate this new detainee, but please let us take him and put him in his rightful cell, and you guys will be able to interrogate him when you are."
I'll hand him the key to the manacles, and once he's in there, maybe take these off.
Right.
Agar would
throw
actually
him in
say
his.
not to, and he would say probably double or triple the
How
guard
about
considering what
this?
it took to take these guys
Right,
down.
these are quite formidable, but clap them in the wall irons, and
Right,
take
there
mine
you go.
back. I like to keep.
I would use extreme prejudice, and if any kind, yeah.
Yes.
You should be under at least 2 guards, probably, if you can spare them at all times. If not, only one.
And Governor, he bows and says, "It will be done. It shall be done." You see Escobert, he turns to the guards that was with him. There's 3 of them, and basically he like nods to them to go ahead and take this prisoner off your hands. So, do you guys release the prisoner
Sure.
to the guards? Okay, so the 3 guards, they come around, they basically, they have their swords drawn, and they're pulling him and basically poking him, leading him into the underground tunnel where they kept the other prisoner, who is probably now extinguished. And Governor said, "Well, we do not have much accommodations, but I mean, as of right now, well, I'll let Escobert," and he kind of like gives Escobert like a hard shoulder rub, like saying, "This guy will
Shoulder
take care
check,
of it."
yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "He'll take care of it." And he's like, "Oh, right, okay."
Thank you, sirs.
And you see Governor, he does like a formal bow, basically, because he's giving notice that he's gonna exit. He walks away to tend to other duties. Escobert goes, "Right, lads. So if you need any healing, I mean, Liniswith and Falcon Moon, seems their comrade over there, Kairin, is getting healed. It seems. But yes, if you need any more healing, go ahead and talk to them. They'll take care of you, and I do think you deserve much rest. The ladies, in fact, here, and he kind of waves to a couple, like a crowd or a small group of ladies who are actually starting to prepare some type of repast for this community that's inside the keep. He says, well, for now, we're probably going to stay within this keep for, I would say, at least 24 hours while we send a contingent out to make sure everything is secure.
A wise plan with lookouts on all corners, obviously.
And he says,
the
right.
top-
And he points up, and you see there's like a group of 2, 3, 4, and like each corner of this keep, basically keeping watch as. I mean, even it's basically like probably like 6, drawing about 7 o'clock in the morning. So, but everybody's totally. I mean, aside from you guys, everybody's totally exhausted because they've been up practically the whole night, bending and from the raiders attacking and stuff like that. And he says, in fact, if you guys go ahead and do your rest, I know. And he looks back trying to find Governor Nighthill, but he doesn't see him. He probably disappeared in the crowd or probably went to another place within the keep. He says, well, when Governor Nighthill gets done with his duties, and he'll probably come around when you guys are well rested. I think he might have a request. I'm not sure. He never told me about it. He just told me to make sure you guys are fine. So,
Andol would speak up and ask, do you have a chapel within the keep?
oh, we have a small, I would say a small altar. Not really. I mean,
That's fine.
Right. He directs your attention towards like a section of that section is actually more like an alcove, like a little little niche where they have like some shrines and stuff. For
Okay.
people to do
Where
their,
specifically? Is it anywhere?
we'll say it's within the tower, but
Okay.
on the first level, so it's
Okay.
somewhere in there.
Okay, and that's right where before doing anything else, he will go. I'll go and kind of meditate and prayer and whatnot.
Right. So Escobar, he also kind of gives you a salute, basically saying, you guys go ahead and do what you need to do to go ahead and rest up, and this is the opportune time if you guys want to go ahead and take your
Amen.
your full rest.
Hey, Chris, I'm going to catch up to the mayor,
All right.
and I'm going to reveal to just him. I mean, my companions all know, but I'm going to reveal to them that, sir, I don't tell you this because I wish for any special treatment, but I'm of a noble house from the great city of Waterdeep, city of splendors, and I'll show him my signet ring and hand him the papers of pedigree, that come with a noble background. But I want to tell you, sir, I think you've done a grand job helping your people, and it was our honor to do our part to help these folk, at least survive and perhaps be able to one day rebuild.
Right. So I mean, as before you were telling him this, I mean, you guys were walking side by side, and he was taking in what you're saying and leading you basically to a table where he was sitting at. Probably had a bottle of whatever leftover of the wine that they have.
Jack Daniels.
There you go. And he motions to the seat across him, and then you tell him the rest of what you were saying, and he says, no. It is my honor to have you here. I mean, under this certain circumstance, but you are my guest, and a heroic one at that. I mean, along with your fellow friends. Please.
Thank you, sir.
And he pours out a cup, some of the wine in another cup, and he lifts up the glass to a toast and says, "Here to our new friendship."
Aye, sir. And to your health and all of your folk here within. And
Right, you're cutting out there for a second.
Yeah.
Right, I didn't hear. Hello?
Sir, is Chris cutting in and out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were. Oh, was it all of us?
Was that all?
Edgar would like
saying anything, so there was nothing to cut.
Edgar would like to ask Somebody, if there's a library,
Within the keep?
right, or even within the town itself. But yeah, first the keep, and if not the keep, then somewhere in town. Where would their
Um,
storehouse of knowledge be?
let's see.
Maybe that temple to the southeast.
Well, the manor might have some books too.
That's true. Forgot.
Those definitely are two possibilities that they probably have, and most likely they do probably have some type of library there. More than likely, they probably have more volumes at the temple. You probably were inquiring with one of the people there, and you see a familiar face, which was the monk that told you about the temple, Chantia, that was being attacked. And as you were asking about, you say asking for like research or something, or basically you're asking for a
I want to
hologram.
know local. I want to know as much local history and lore about dragons in this area.
Okay, this young man, and from
But even just access to the library would be enough for me.
right, he tells you in this particular town, their I would say their inventory or books of what they have about creatures of the land is not as much. Well, that's basically it's not really a much resource within this town, but he does tell you that um, him being a monk himself, I mean, currently he's probably on a pilgrimage for Enchantia, but he actually resides from Candlekeep, and he says that is the place for you to go if you are to do any type of research on anything. They have massive volumes of books, repositories within the walls of Candlekeep.
Yeah, I mean, Agar would say, I mean, he's well aware of Candlekeep and the great knowledge, the storehouse they have there, and actually that it is eventually where I will end up. But I've found in my journeys that sometimes knowledge can be found in the most obscure and mundane places, and so to
Right.
never overlook any chance at knowledge. And so even if he thinks there's nothing there, Agar would still kind of insist
Right, and he
on
says,
access.
and he
Even
goes,
if there's nothing dragon related, I want to see their library. I want to see what books they do have.
right, and he says, well, from what he's seen so far himself firsthand, because he wasn't doing any research on dragon or anything like that, just probably just some manuscripts about maybe the history about the town or something like that. But he tells you, there is another person that you should seek. In fact, I'm actually worried about him because we haven't seen him since the attack. Um, it's another fellow monk. His name is Leosin, and we were all coming from a pilgrimage here from Candlekeep. Actually, we were returning from Berdusk from the great library of the Candlekeep. But our missing brother Leosin Erlanthar, he would know more of the knowledge that you seek.
And
But
where's he?
The last we saw him was during the raids. When the town was attacked, we followed with the rest of the crowd, making our way towards the keep. But obviously he was not successful. Only I was able to make it here.
Where was he last seen?
Well, actually, I not to speak out of disrespect, but my master, he's actually a monk of Berdusk, and after the savage battle with these raiders, he disappeared. He might have taken it upon himself to become captured, probably to learn more about these raiders. But after everything has calmed down a bit, I took it upon myself to do a search of the last I seen him. Like I said, we were making our way towards the keep, and I found his broken staff, and he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out this choker which he always wore.
But no body.
No, I have not seen him. I've questioned.
Do I recognize that? What do I notice? Do I notice anything about the choker?
It's a choker that you've seen among other monks that you've come across your travels. Um, it's nothing like ordained about it or like signifying where it's from or anything like that. But you do know it's a definite accessory that most monks would wear.
Do I sense any magic coming off of it?
You can give me an Arcana check.
Well, 11. That's not horrible.
Right. I mean, I mean, again, he apologizes. Oh, I apologize, but by the way, my name is Nisim. I'm trying to get his last name, but it's kind of tongue twister. Nisim Walandra. And as he holds his choker in front of you, I mean, you probably do your Arcana check there, and you don't feel or sense any residual magics about it or anything like that. It just seems to be a plain choker.
I was hoping maybe it'd be magical. It was a tune, but that's all right.
Right. So and as he takes the
Yeah, no, I thank him for his time, and I let him know that if I find any knowledge or any information, of the whereabouts of his master, then I will do my best to either relay that information to him or bring the master back himself.
and
That he either has the bravest master ever or the most foolish master ever.
he say this out loud.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna let yourself be taken captive just so you can get more information. I mean, that's pretty brave. I mean, it's not a disrespectful thing. It's just
Right. Well, when you said it, he says, "Well, my master was actually investigating the raids that've been happening the past few months in the land of Greenfields, and it just so happened that, call it coincidence or blessing in disguise or what it may be, that this town was raided while we were conducting our investigation. Like I said, I fear he might have let himself to become captured so he can infiltrate this group. Foolish or not, I am concerned for my master." And he also says, I mean, through our investigations, I believe he might be the one who knows most about these bandits. But again,
okay.
I don't know. I mean, I would search for him myself, but as you can see, and he kind of motions down. He actually lifts his robes slightly up, and you can see that one of his legs it's totally bandaged, and it's actually probably in need of new dressing. You didn't notice at first because you just walked up to him, but as you guys are probably walking around this courtyard, he has a slight limp.
Okay. Agar would upon noticing that he was in such dire condition, I mean, he would try to find him a place to sit and actually beckon for a healer if one was available.
Right, and as you probably found probably like an empty bench, and you motion down, and then he puts his hand up like saying, politely like, no, thank you. It's like it's fine. But he does tell you that, like I said, I would depart and try to find him, but I'm in no condition. And you already done so much, you and your friends, saving Padre Falconmoon from the temple. And he looks around and he sees that like the party members are each in their probably on their own little spot doing their meditation or basically resting up. And says, well, I don't want to burden you, but maybe at a more opportune time I can speak to them about maybe helping me.
I mean, Agar would how would he respond? He wouldn't offer help of the group. What he would probably say would be more like, I understand your concern, and it's possible that your master could have some good information. I know that the group I am with, we have some considerable planning to do, and I will definitely bring up your concerns for your master and see what can be done.
Right, and he puts his hands up, putting them together, and he bows, just like a monk would do ceremoniously. And as he bows, there's another monk that comes up from behind him, taps him on the shoulder, and he turns around. He puts his hand up, as a polite gesture, like, excuse me a second. And you hear some whispering, and then again he bows to that monk. The monk bows back to him, and then he turns around and he bows back to you. He goes, "I must help my brother with his he's getting prepared to depart for Badusk. I believe he's going to try to seek help. I only hope it be in this, speedily, as Badusk is a couple days away from here. But please excuse me." And before he walks away, he goes, "Yes, please let me know if you will be able to help me and my brethren. Again, thank you." And he's bowing again as he slowly backs away, as politely as he can, and he turns around and walks away.
Agar would return the bow and thank him, and then turn around and see what everybody else was doing.
So what is everybody else doing? I know, Andol, you are praying in the makeshift shrine over there. Telesh, Telesh, so what are you doing as you see the group trying to find spots to rest up, or doing what they're doing?
Just finding a quiet corner to just spend some time in meditation before actual sleep.
Right. So I'm gonna say you try to find a spot secluded enough, but I mean it is relatively crowded here with the people.
Out of the way, not
Out of the way.
secluded.
Okay. Well, I mean, trying to find a spot where you won't get disturbed. You find a subtle spot, but I mean, again, it's amongst the crowds. But it seems that people are giving you a wide berth. I mean, first off, because you're Dragonborn and you're a rarity in its own, but also to give you your space. You probably take a seat, probably Indian style, somewhere probably like where you're at currently. And as you're about to drift off into meditation, you feel somebody bump into you, but it's not an adult. It's one of the small children. They basically bumped and tripped over you as they're probably playing ball. And as the child is recovering from falling, basically he fell into your lap, and he's totally gripped with fear as he's realizing, I just fell into the lap of his Dragonborn.
The boss just picks the kid up by the shoulders, puts them on their feet, and gives them a pat on the back before pretty much just ignoring them again.
Right. So as you pick this kid up, I mean, this kid has his eyes clenched and his eyes are shut and his fist is clenched. He's probably thinking, he's gonna eat me. He's gonna eat me. And then he feels that you set him up on the ground and pat him on the back to let him on his way. And you immediately probably go back into meditation, and he slowly opens his eyes, realizing oh, nothing happened, and he looks at you, curious as a child would, and does one of those motion with his hands, can you see me kind of thing. You probably sense this as he's doing this. But
and
most
if
likely
he's waving his hand too close, do the whole martial arts monk thing and just suddenly snap up a hand and they catch his. Gently, but...
Right.
And then crack an
Like
eye
out
open.
of nowhere.
Right.
Crack an eye
open. And
just they give that draconic indifference expression of, now is not a good time, child.
Right. You see this child just gulp And he slowly backs away. And as soon as you release his hand, he speeds off to his friends, probably telling him, I just got a counter with a dragonborn, blah 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 blah. Right. This is Agarwaen say you got to go. I mean, if there's anything else that you're gonna do, I mean, basically you guys are just gonna settle down for the, not about to say the night, but for the day. But
right.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
you
Edgar's
guys,
gonna go and yeah. I mean, he's gonna go. He's gonna find somewhere and try to go into trance. Now,
The party
because I'm elf, it only takes a 4-hour rest
for a full
me.
rest.
How does the exhaustion work on that? I mean, it's a full rest, but a full rest for me is only 4 hours.
That is true.
It works the same, but you can only take one full rest in a 24-hour.
24-hour period. So either way, you still would have to
okay.
do it twice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. Well then, yeah, I'm trancing.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty much assuming that's what.
Actually, I'd probably go to the temple with Andol, and I would actually start praying in the middle of my trance. I would actually try to connect with Bahamut, since apparently whoever I've been talking to is not who I thought it was. So that's actually what Agar would do. He would go into his trance over by the temple or their altar, make whatever offerings he would need to, and he would actually try to trance with Bahamut, rather.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
And I think we'll say what you're gonna do, and I think the last one at least would be Renothar. What would you be doing as you're setting up for?
Well, just getting all my gear cleaned up, my blades, myself. But I want to see what Andol would have to say about the possibility of a scouting mission with Rana.
Well,
I've seen visions, and I think I know of what to avoid and what to seek out.
Okay. Well, that was actually another part of something that I was not exactly what he was saying, but I was wondering if I could get a short one of our long rests, so I could get a couple spells back, so I could actually go and summon Rana before I take my full rest. Would I be able to manage that?
I would say yes, but if you do, Rana more than likely probably be in a weakened state because you're not totally, I guess, healed in a sense.
need to recover.
Yeah, I mean, you'll probably be able to call Rana up, but he might not be at 100% as he would be if you were gonna summon him. That's the ritual, right?
Yeah. Well, it's not really a ritual, but it takes 10 minutes. But yeah. So
part of the reason I ask, I have two reasons, and it's not for vengeance, believe it or not. One would be to try to figure out the whereabouts of Katie, and to see if it would be some place that we could mount a rescue, or be able to maybe at least head in the right direction. And two, that vision that we had that didn't actually happen, though, I suspected there was a wagon that headed over and camped maybe in that area, and if I could maybe liberate some of the treasure, we could give it back to the town for them to help rebuild. So those are my thoughts. But again, if we're all too weakened and Rana's not available really, then put that idea on the shelf, basically.
So basically what you're saying is that Rana would suffer the same penalty that I have for as long as I have it?
Yes.
So basically the -4. Okay. Yeah, but I'd still probably do it though.
Right.
Which actually, I'm not sure how people would react to it, but I would, after about an hour or so meditating in the chapel, I'd ask to actually be let out, so that I could go to the forest and actually summon Rana there. 'cause that's where I would feel most connected to Rana.
Hmm.
Okay, so if you were to do that, I mean, you guys can come and go as you want. But they do offer you guys rest here. I mean, this is the most secure spot.
Right.
Um, it what call this? Realize that the outskirts of the forest
Hmm.
that's closest here is a couple miles away.
Oh no, this area here
You're
is
talking
you.
about
Wooded section south of the river.
well, I mean, this is not actually like forest. This is more just like dense foliage. It's not really a
Are there
forest. But
any
I mean, if you're
trees
just
at all?
if you're using it just as a spot just to bring them out, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you could do, yeah.
As long as there are at least a couple trees is all I really care
Oh,
about.
okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, it's just the way that I envision my preparation for this is that I would find a very stout tree, one of
Mhm.
the healthiest in the area. I would then actually draw a kind of more like a cavemanish type painting of
Mhm.
what Rana looks like on the tree, and he would come out of the tree as I summon him.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. Um,
So
it
that's and that only takes 10 minutes
right. That's
once I
almost
start.
reminiscent of a Sleepy Hollow, but in a
Yeah.
crab kind
Hmm.
of way. But but
Yeah,
yeah,
as long as there is at least a healthy, reasonably healthy, fairly decent tree. I mean, it should have a base of at least as wide as me. It doesn't need to be huge, but
right.
you know.
So I mean, yeah, after 10 minutes, you're able to resummon Rana out. I mean, again, Rana. I mean, you do notice it too that Rana's maybe in a little weakened in a weakened state, probably limping a little bit, more, and he seems a little more agitated,
Hmm.
right? But he follows you. He'll probably follow you back to the keep. And I mean, as you guys are going about your business of preparing to rest and all that stuff. I mean, you see Escobar. He kind of like walks around. I mean, if you guys are in a group, he'll come up to you as a group. But basically, he finds you either individually or all together, and he basically tells you that um, to please take advantage of the meal, and he motions back to the ladies. They're probably basically almost halfway done with cooking up this
Hmm.
seems to be like a buffet line, the only thing I can
Hmm.
think of for the
Hmm.
people here in Greenest, and to go ahead and rest, and that later on, probably by um, early moon, Governor Nighthill would want to speak to you.
To me specifically, or to the entire group?
To the entire group.
Okay.
That
Okay.
sounds good to me.
Um, by early noon.
Early moon.
Yeah, that's probably a couple hours away.
Yeah, so probably
Um,
like around 6, 7.
hey, Chris
When that
Escobar
time.
is the dwarf, right?
Escobert, yeah, he's the dwarf.
All right. Good dwarf. May I have a word, sir?
Oh, okay. What would you like to know?
Well, who handles the finances in this here town, please?
Oh, finances. Well, that'd be Mr. Nighthill.
As so, he's governor as well as treasurer.
He's more of a, all about, you know,
Hmm. Well, he
all,
seems to be a man of many talents. Is he trustworthy? I don't know him. I've only met him just this last night. But I ask for you because I know dwarves are ones of their word.
oh, you're right there. You are right, right. Oh no, he's very trustworthy. I've known him since he was a wee lad. I mean,
Hmm.
I've lived here. Oh, oh gosh, I lived here for a while. It's going on 30 years now. What?
Well, good. It
Hmm?
just so happens I have within my possession something that will help you and the populace here greatly, and should be enough to rebuild this town. I reach
Oh,
into my pouch and I pull out that platinum ingot that I've been carrying around since the early days, and I hand it to him and I say, "This is for Greenest, my friend."
Oh no, Joe. No, he's speechless because he's never ever seen a platinum ingot. I mean, he knows of it being dwarf himself, probably from his past life as a miner or something.
My
But
friend Gundren Rockseeker, when we were liberating the lost mines of Pandelver, this is one of the things that we found, and we each took one from beneath the dungeon. This take and exchange for coin, goods, lumber, whatever you need, stonemasons, carpenters, builders, laborers, whatever you need to rebuild this town.
all
It's
right,
worth 1,000 gold.
right, and then he first folds his arms and he strokes his beard, like thinking deeply, and he's like rock seeker, rock seekers, the rock
Oh,
seekers.
aye. I consider him a close personal friend. I've known him a couple of years now.
Oh, is that right? Oh,
Indeed.
yeah, I've known them. I've actually worked for one of their mining expeditions, but that's another life. But and he motioned towards. He goes, "Now, lad, not that I'm declining this gift, but I think it's best you hand this over to Mr. Nighthill. He'll know better what to do with it. I mean, I'd rather you hand it to him than me.
I trust you.
But please, for now, just no, just you will meet him anyway later on in the evening. Just go ahead and rest up. Enjoy the meal that the ladies here are cooking it for us, and he takes his whiff, and it's like cherry pie and bacon. It's
Nice.
starting to smell really good.
Well,
And he's
I
like,
trust you at your word, and I'll give it to him then.
he bows and says, "Right, if anything else, I've got to tend back to my duties." And then he turns around and
Bye.
steps away. So, I mean, whatever you guys are doing, this is the time that you guys will be taking your long rest. We'll actually end the session here because I know we're drawing upon that time. And finally, I'm like, yay! Finally, you guys are actually now level 6. So after this long, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Fantasy
going through.
theme,
That's what the test was. Is I was testing out a new ability with the minus that I had from the other thing to see if it works.
Oh, okay, see. But yeah, so when we start next session, you all will be level 6. I'm trying to see if that's going to be true for Kyren. Probably he will be level 6 too. But yeah. Well, yeah, cool.
No doubt.
Sweet. Yeah, I only wish Cameron was here so I could work out the mechanics of him, because we haven't worked out the mechanics of his Death Cleric yet, but drawing on everybody's idea, I mean, I think it was you, Andol, that sent me something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's the other thing too, like, I didn't want him to miss the opportunity of gathering these souls, but hey, if you're not here and you can't make it, it is what it is. Then again, he might be able to do it, but I don't know how long souls actually stay attached to the bodies. I mean, and there might be a new body. Well, there's a new body right now in the tunnel, and there's another one. Well, anyway, work that out later. But yeah, cool. Yeah.
The guy who was splitting hit his face and was bleeding in his eyes. He's just newly expired.
Right. Yeah. I mean, aside from all the countless bodies that probably litter this town now, or some of the bodies. I mean, well, that's one thing you guys know is that there wasn't really that much. There was bloodshed, but not as much as you thought it was, given the size of this army. Most of the bloodshed was shared between you guys. Like you guys, that's why there's a body count. More of the body count was from your group defending the town. But yeah, cool.
6th level.
6th level.
Nice.
I know you guys get some.
I'm not rolling. I'm taking the standard amount.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys roll, just go ahead and put it in the chat. If not, then just tap. I'm assuming you guys are taking the standard, unless you guys tell me otherwise.
Yeah. You only get a slight possibility of getting better than average.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
45
Unfortunately,
hit points. I'll take it.
Hey, there you go.
yeah. Unfortunately, the paladin doesn't really get anything too big. Rogue though, you get
No, I get
Yeah.
expertise to new skills,
two
which is
new
kind of
skills. Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah.
Considering our proficiency bonus is now 3, I get a +6 on 2
Mhm.
different skills instead of the standard +3, so that's kind of big.
Did you take it on persuasion and
I
stealth
already had
originally?
persuasion and on stealth, so now I think I'm going to boost perception,
Very
Wow.
good.
which will
Yeah.
which will be real nice. I will have a 17 in perception now. That's passive.
That's passive. Yeah.
Yeah, which is going to be
Wow.
great. And then maybe acrobatics.
So
Acrobatics is a good one.
yeah, especially for rogue. I mean, if you're doing a bunch of
Right.
tumbling and jumping and
Yeah.
stuff like that,
If
yeah.
someone tries
I
to
mean,
do
I
like
thought
if I
about,
tried to shield shove you, you'd be able to use your dexterity to
of
get away from
course.
that.
Right. I mean,
I
sorry not to cut you off, but there was something I saw in the video
no,
game
if I
where
did
what was it called? Oh, go ahead. Well, I try to
if
think
I
of what
did
it
it
was.
in intimidation, I could have a 19 in that.
Yeah, but I
I
don't
already
know.
have 16 though. Same with like deception. If I took it in that, I would have a 19. I mean,
Hmm.
I mean, oh, here you go. Here was the idea. I remember. It was called Springboard. It's because when you played Dragon's Dogma, Dark Horizon,
Hmm.
you play with a group of AIs, and one of your skills as a fighter with a shield is called Springboard. Basically, um, you will crouch down with your shield held up, and then whichever AI is closest will springboard off of your shield as you lift them up.
Hmm.
Basically, you're pushing him like 20, 30 feet in the sky. It's
pulling
a
a Spartacus.
yeah, it's a maneuver for your group to take down flyers. Basically, that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, that's an
It's
idea you
kind
guys
of
can do with the acrobatics.
yeah. I'm gonna do it in acrobatics. That'll give me a 20
Mm.
plus 10 on that skill, and that's gonna be good if I am gonna try to tumble or pull off something like running along a ledge,
Oh yeah.
things
Yeah.
like
All
that.
those fun things.
The
So,
sad thing
Landing
is
after a
though,
fall. Yeah.
yeah. Although my athletics aren't real great, I have no bonus there.
But you be able to dodge. I mean, you would have uncanny dodge, but I mean, anything thrown at you. I mean, I'm always gonna say, give me a dexterity check and throw acrobatics if you have it. So
Hmm.
you'd be able to
Yeah,
dodge most
that's going to
stuff.
be advantageous. So yeah, my perception and acrobatics are getting boosted, so that's cool.
That's the other thing about perception. So I mean, your passive is 17. So I
Yeah.
mean, how does that work? Like in a scenario, like if you're coming upon a trap, and so I mean, it's not like you
Basically, the
just
DC, whatever your
Right.
DC is,
uh
if it is,
If I meet or exceed it, I see it
yeah,
without
he sees it
searching.
automatically.
oh, okay, I see.
And
So
Yeah.
like in
it
modules,
doesn't.
it'll tell you. Like
Okay,
a lot
so
of times, secret doors, a character with a DC or with a 15 passive perception or higher automatically notices.
oh,
It'll tell
okay.
you that. So my threshold is actually a 17 now.
All right. So
Yeah.
it's not it's not that it gives you the check. It's you
Not
already
automatically, yeah.
you just automatically see it.
Right,
It's
because
not like
you're that much more perceptive or whatever.
Yeah.
You've kind of
However
happened to
difficult it
notice
is,
things.
yeah, however
okay.
difficult it
Yeah.
is, if it is below his passive, he automatically sees. Actually, that works for all of us.
Right.
If
Yeah.
something is like a DC 10,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much all of us, I think, have higher than DC
DC
10
10.
Right.
Yeah.
passive, so we would just be able to see anything just like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And then
anyone that's trying to sneak up on him, well,
right.
actually, no.
I would have to roll off, right? I have to
Yeah,
roll off
you'd
versus his
still have to roll
perception.
off on that, yeah.
Or does he have to roll off too, or is it just rolling off of his
No,
perception?
he would still have to. He would still have to.
You still have to roll off.
There's a
Okay.
chance for failure.
Well, could it be something since his perception is so high? Oh no, you're right. He gets to roll anyway. But then
Yeah.
I would think that he would be the one out of the group to roll because he's or if he was the one with the highest perception, passive perception.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
One
mean,
of the higher anyway. I think Talash has got a
so
pretty
that's
good
just
one
the other
too.
one, yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of weird when you get into the minutia there
Mm-hmm.
of when it's kind of your call most of the time if it requires a roll. I
Right.
mean,
Right. Well, it does make sense. Since he is he's more experienced, he
mhm.
would notice, mediocre
Oh
traps
yeah,
as opposed to something really, really well hidden, like behind a door or like in a dungeon or something.
yeah.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, and it's based on off the idea that he is training his senses. He is very in tune with
Mm-hmm.
paying attention to things. So he's like almost it's basically like he's almost never flat-footed, but
Right. Right.
not quite that, but
But yeah, yeah.
it's a similar thing.
Gotta make it more difficult.
Which it, one of the things that you just totally kind of screw your DM is you
Mm-hmm.
take a rogue at first level, human rogue at first level, you
The high wisdom.
with the high wisdom, you take expertise and perception and the feat that gives you the +5, so you could have like a passive like 25 or something like that, and it's like
Hmm.
I just see it. You don't even try hiding. I just see everything.
Oh.
Yeah, it's almost like having true seeing onto a point.
Just about. I mean, something would have to be to be invisible or something like that for you to need to roll off on it.
Hmm.
Right.
In
Well, I mean,
fact, we even need to game the way we survived. We almost survived an intended TPK.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, I guess it would be my call. But I mean, if it's something like specifically like some type of certain encounter that, then yeah, you would still be rolling to see and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
it'll probably be like you have advantage because of your high perception.
Well, you don't quite give that. I mean, because he's got a statistical advantage. Because what's your modifier then? You're rolling a 6 plus 3, 6 plus 2.
Um, uh, hang on, I gotta pull the sheet back up.
So plus
Um,
8.
the total bonus right now is +7, so
Okay.
that's total of
Oh yeah, that's right.
6
17.
for which is double my proficiency bonus, and then 1 for wisdom.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, she just need a
So
3 or
17.
better. Holy crap! I mean, for
So,
average,
yeah,
she's like
yeah,
a 3 or better.
Right. Well,
yeah,
3 or better
exactly.
would give me a total of a 20. So yeah, if somebody's doing stealth,
Well, not even
unless
give you
they,
a total of 20.
No, I
yeah.
was able to
I'll
give you a
give you
total
10.
of 10. I'm basing off the average is DC 10, so which is
Yeah.
I think it is right. So
Well, that's
you
for
just
an
have to
easy check. A moderate check is like a DC 12 to 13. A hard check is a 15, and an exceptionally hard check is like a 20.
right. Well, I'm saying just your minimum is basically a 3 up, and you're more than likely going to perceive whatever trap or
Hmm.
person that's stealthing.
Yeah.
On average.
In the modules, a lot of times they have a thing that it'll come right out. It'll say if a character has passive perception of this or higher, then they'll notice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
but
Lost Minds of Pandalver is like
it,
that. I
it
read through it after
yeah.
we played it.
Yeah, that was the goblin attack.
Yeah, I believe that the general rule is even if someone is stealthing up on him, if they roll below his passive, he still sees them.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I just catch them out of the corner of my eye enough to turn and notice them.
Or you hear them. But you remember, it's
Yeah.
also
You're right. Well, it honestly could even be like I catch a whiff of someone's BO because I'm
certainly
downwind and a gust happens.
they were upwind or downwind or whatever.
Yeah, it's totally up flavoring how I guess
And
you want to put it.
yeah,
But
then
yeah.
Cool.
yeah. However, you think that they failed to get past Rindlethar, that's how you can
Mhm.
have fun with it. You know.
Oh yeah.
My other question: the encounter that you guys just did, how did that feel? I mean, it wasn't like hard,
No.
but was it like at least medium or is it easy?
No, it was medium. You figure
I would
Talasha's
say
getting messed up.
Given our weakened state, I would
Yes.
say that it is between uh, easy and a medium and a standard. Um, The if there were more of the heavy hitters, the big guys that have a lot of AC and a lot of HP, that could have made it a bit tougher.
Yeah, had
Right,
Steve
but
not
because
summoned them
you, right. Well, I mean, you guys were weakened too. That sort of
Yeah,
thing
I mean
too.
we had almost.
Yeah.
I had one spell. Um, Telesh, well, he's a monk, so he very much had everything at his disposal.
Right. But I mean,
Good to go.
right.
Yeah.
But given your current state, that felt right. It didn't felt too, or was it still too easy?
I didn't think so.
I kind of put it at a
Got down to
little
2
easy.
HP.
Telesh got hit up quite a bit,
Yeah,
but he had guys
he had a bunch
surrounding
of
him.
guys. Yeah, he had a bunch of guys. I mean, basically,
Um,
there were those 4 guys. I mean, because I was thinking, okay, I could either give you one beefy ass kobold, which doesn't make sense at all to me.
Yeah,
So it makes more sense that there's a group of.
but yeah, I got hit once, but I'm a tank, so that's fine.
That's expected. Yeah.
Yeah. Agar got hit once, but that was with a opportunity attack. Telesh was stuck in the middle of things that had advantage on him for pretty much
Yeah.
the entire round. So he got hit on a lot there. Yeah, I would say though, to make it actually a difficult fight, there would have to have been maybe 1 or 2 more of the big guys, and maybe another maybe 2 groups of the kobolds.
Kobolds. Right.
Yeah, so that they could have surrounded more of us. Then it would have been a hard fight.
Right. Well, I wasn't trying to make it a hard fight.
No.
I just wanted. It was supposed to be just a. It's supposed to just give enough time for what's her name to get
Yeah,
away.
oh
That's
yeah,
what
well,
it was.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
it
was.
definitely did that. It took us almost 5 rounds, 4 rounds.
Yeah, just about to do away with the group.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, given that, yeah, that was a fairly decent fight for.
Okay. So all right. Because I'm altering the encounters in this book because I mean they're set for level 1, and you guys are barely doing level 2 stuff. So I still gotta. You guys are level 6 now. So I'm still trying to adjust.
Well, one of the major things though that you do have to take into account with our group is the fact that 3 of us are single target pretty much type of fighters. I mean, we do have, some of us have multiple attacks, but really we're pretty much one-on-one type of fighting. Hyrin and Agar both can do multiple, kind of clean up the trash a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, if the numbers get a little bit higher, we would be in trouble just with attrition,
Right. Well, I mean, I don't want to do it so much like that because then I feel like the combat's just gonna take too long because just so many people will go down the line. And then I guess it's just find that balance between beefing up these characters or adding a couple more.
I mean, it depends. It really depends on what the point is. Is it a weak encounter? Is it a medium encounter?
Right.
Are you looking to slow us down, or and remember, they base things on how many encounters throughout a day, that you can have.
Right. That's true. That's true.
And we were way over. I mean, without our special rules, our resting rules,
Yeah, you guys were
we
way
would have been
over.
wiped out a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
we would all have been on 0 when we got into this fight, and yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, this was an encounter that wasn't planned. It just happened.
Yeah.
Just one of you because Argo went off and.
Yeah, I know.
His name, yeah. But okay. I mean, it just gives me a better gauge. I guess how.
Well, the thing that I see is, if you don't want trash, to basically throw just a bunch of things at us. it is strategic things. If you had a group of archers or something like that
Right, right.
and had it so that we were much further away, it would take quite a few of us a long time to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us a little bit quicker than others. But variety, you know,
Mm-hmm.
um, those kobolds, they had advantage, so that's
Yeah,
that,
that's a
that's a definite thing. The other guys were pretty high AC and high HP.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
hit pretty hard too.
They were hitting for about 9.
Yeah, just about. The average was like 7. Yeah, like 9.
They also got 2 attacks a turn, which is like a 5th level fighter though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
So that's something you got to consider.
yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. It depends on what their attack bonus is. Determine a little bit more of how deadly they can be.
Well, they weren't that bad. They were only a +5, so
+5. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they're just
That's
like
not that.
I mean, if I did them like a +7 or a +8, that's still too much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. +7.
I'm gonna get out of here.
Yeah.
All right, hey, we'll see you next
Alrighty.
week, man.
Yeah.
Falling asleep in my chair.
Yeah. Yeah. A
Alright,
+7 is pretty heavy.
You guys take care.
Yeah.
You too, man.
I mean, I think of it like +3 is like easy, and then +5 is like medium-ish, and then +7
Yeah.
and above is like hard.
Plus,
'Cause
well, here's the thing. Like Rob was saying, that they were like a 5th level fighter. If you gave them a +7,
Mhm.
they would be pretty much a very heavy, pretty intense 5th level fighter. It'd be an even match. It'd be like if there was 5 of them against us,
It'd be
it'd
an
be an
even
even
match.
match.
Right.
Which means, though,
Pretty much.
with an even match, what that means, though, is that half of us would drop, and
Right.
so half of us would be dropped to 0 in that fight before we clean it up,
hmm
which is what that would mean. So yeah, a +7 would be pretty heavy hitters.
Right. No, I don't think you guys would be encountering anything like that anyway. But yeah, I totally agree with you on that. I mean, because like Langdedrosa was I think it was a +7. I'm not sure.
I thought he was only a +6.
Yeah, either +6 or either one of those. But yeah, he was like I know he was definitely above a 5.
Okay, yeah.
But even though my rolls can't save me for shit, so.
Well, that's yeah.
I mean, your AC that high. Wow. Oh, that's the other thing I want to talk to you about was the your shield shove.
Mhm.
I mean, I think it might be. It's probably. It feels like it's a little OP. Where I was gonna give you debilitation. But what do you think about picking between either a shove or a knockdown, as opposed to just being this is what it is? It's just a slight tweak on the rule. So like if it's so like before you even do your attack with your shield, you would declare I'm shoving or I'm knocking him down.
Beforehand?
Yeah, beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Certainly, yeah. Well, I kind of already have that in my mind. It's just
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's just more clarification for me. That's all.
yeah. Oh yeah, sure. I can. So just so I'm clear on that, 100%. Yeah, I just declare that I am knocking him down, and then I roll.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. And
As
then
opposed, as opposed to like the whole meta game where like, because like if you were fighting one-on-one like Langdedrosa, right,
Mhm.
and then you declared a certain way or a certain attack, then it changes my strategy as
Mhm.
opposed to me waiting on what you're gonna do and then adjusting. It's just more like I said, it's just more clarification for me. That's
Yeah.
me playing that more.
Well, yeah, I mean, I pretty much always have it in my head. 99% of the time, it's a
It's
knockdown
a knockdown,
because
yeah.
it gives you the advantage, especially on a one-on-one fight. Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
knocking them down.
Right.
Um,
Mhm.
it's in very rare conditions where I get a strategic advantage from knocking him away, and it's only 5 feet, so
Right,
it's
right, right. I mean, that's why I also think that like the show is more utility
yeah. Well,
purpose.
it does have uses. Like I shoved the one guy into the bramble bush.
There you go.
Um,
Yeah. Hmm.
there was see that's the other thing is making an encounter a little bit more interesting would be the ground that it's on. I mean, this is a city, so it's a little bit difficult to have weird terrain. But when you get into a fight and you have a precipice, you know, if there's a precipice there and I can get into position and shove a guy and knock him into the precipice, I would do that. But if there's a fire, I knock him into the fire. Something like that, where there's an advantage to doing so.
Right, right.
Fire, fire,
And I
fire.
mean, and that's a good point too because I think the other way I can adjust. Well, this is what I should be doing with the monsters is, I mean, I think there's going to be more grapples and more, as
Yeah,
opposed to just keeping attacking, try to
yeah.
disarm you or
Well,
something.
yeah. If there's a lot of them, yeah, use the disarm rules. Have somebody come in and try to disarm one of us or
Hmm.
something like that. Yeah.
Right. And I think
Or
that.
small guys and do use the climb on rules so that they're like.
Well, I mean, you guys are not large creatures, so.
No, but if the creature is small enough, it can climb on you.
Could that be like if they were considered like I think kobolds are considered small. Are they considered
Mhm.
small? No, it's considered medium, I think.
Yeah,
Or I guess
but
like a little small spider or something like that. Yeah. Like, well, that makes.
well, yeah. I mean, and you can play with it. I mean, as long as it's not, a huge thing. As long as the rules are kind of followed to a degree, um, you can do things like that. If somebody has an ability to, not so much. I mean, like everybody kind of has the ability to do a grapple, and the grapple could be climbing onto somebody.
Hmm. Right,
A
right.
small creature.
That is true. The grapple can turn into he's now climbing you as a
Yeah.
result of his.
And if they have a secondary ability that allows them to, make attacks at advantage with the grapple, I mean, you could add that to somebody, to a small creature that normally the small creature is like whatever, but if he manages to actually grapple you and
Right.
he gets advantage all by himself, just like stabbing at you while you try to get
Right,
him out.
right. Well, that's what I was trying to do with the kobolds, which was the net thing. But I think I should just go back to the way it's supposed to be played, which was just a regular attack roll. If it hits, you're netted, as opposed to giving you guys that dexterity, evasive.
Yeah, yeah. Because with the advantage that they get, you'd have a better chance of actually succeeding.
Succeeding. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, me now I know me. I was just trying that out, the reverse,
Hmm.
giving you guys a chance. But then I guess I have to switch back. That might be the reason why. Because I mean, then if you guys were netted, then you would be at a disadvantage, and they would have advantage on their attacks.
Yeah, but again, remember they have already the kobolds
So
specifically have that ability.
has a pack tactics, yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, where
Alright.
reach weapons are great. Reach weapons are
They can be.
you stay at that 10-foot distance.
Yeah, they
You
can
know.
be.
In my case, though, with Rindlethor, I don't need it because I have the disengage. So if I'm only using the one weapon, I could
Oh
just
no, I'm
fall back.
saying with the enemy. With the enemy, if the enemy has a reach type weapon where they have the ability to, attack and stay at a distance, where they can continue to
Right,
attack and move,
right,
and you have
right,
to continue to close.
right. Well, I mean, and that's what I'm thinking about this group of raiders as you're gonna find out more about them. I mean, I would think when you find the other players in there or the other monsters that they're better trained, they're
Yeah,
better equipped. I mean, which you were starting to find out.
yeah, yeah. I mean, look through. I bet you already have, but look through the NPC things and check. Um, look through the various animals or beasts and things in there, and just like reskin a beast, with something that you think, like uh, I don't know, appropriate CR. I can't think of anything right now, but you take something that already has an ability that gives him an interesting way of attacking, and then just change him to a human being or an elf or something like that, and then give it that quality to his weapon instead. What would make things, which makes things more difficult, but makes things interesting, is if some of these guys actually have magical weapons on them, and the magical weapons have special properties.
Right, but I mean, to me, that's almost like a double-edged sword, because if you guys kill them off, you take their magical weapons.
Yeah, well, that's the point, though. That's the point, is that there's a neat thing at the end of the fight.
No, I totally thought about that too, like reskinning their weapons. But I mean, you guys are still facing grunts. They're not.
Yeah.
Yet.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even a weapon with a special quality, that gives them advantage on disarm checks or something like that.
Right. Well,
I mean, it could be a mundane weapon, but
right.
it's what was it? In 3.5, they had all kinds of weapons that gave you a +2 or something like that to disarm and things like that.
Right.
But,
Okay. Yeah.
The flail was notorious for that. It had the +2 to it
for disarming.
And I played once with in 3.5 with.
Hey guys, I'm gonna interrupt real quick. I gotta take off.
Okay.
Alrighty.
You fellas have a good one. I'll see you next week. We're still playing it after Thanksgiving and all that.
You know what? Oh damn it, that's a good question. I'll post it up on the forum if we're still gonna have something, because I might be going out of town. Not too sure yet.
Yeah. Well, if you do, you throw something up there and we'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
Just skip a week if we have to.
Cool.
All right. You fellas have a good one.
Yep. You too. Yeah. Like I was saying, he was 3.5 was kind of rife with people creating fighting styles based on weapons, and that was actually kind of the neat thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
That each weapon gave you kind of a neat flavor to it. It wasn't just hack somebody until they die. And the flail was one of those things, and this guy would do it all the time. He would basically wrap his weapon around